Hey, hi everyone. This is Abhijit, and very happy to see you all here this evening. It's a wonderful September afternoon, and very glad that all of you could join us for the Misfits pitch session. Misfits started last year as an initiative to find the most impactful change makers from South Asia, and we've grown phenomenally since then. We had a massive support from everyone in the ecosystem, and we have a lot of those partners back again. And this year we have our co-host that is One Impact, a massive student-run organization that's supporting us and powered by Crowdera, Impact Pod, and ESL. I am Trichy. Along with that, the Indian regional knowledge partner is Wilgrow, that's supporting us in this entire initiative. Misfit started as a virtual pitch event that goes across 15 regions in South Asia with an aim to create a platform for social entrepreneurs, innovators, and change makers like you out there to showcase the wonderful work that you do and connect, network with each other, and while we started as a pitch event, it's not just another pitch event. What we have been trying to do is build that community of social, take us our nation to the next level, right? And that's where our community platform is able to engage with all the stakeholders and entrepreneurs to grow, interact even beyond this pitch that happens today. We have a global coverage taking the journey to about 15 regions in South Asia. We together from each region that create a better future for all of us. And through our partners, we are seeding these ecosystems to bring together everyone with a common purpose and really grow as a community. And that's we ensure that this impact is beyond just a pitch event, and there is sustainability in the entire practice that we've been doing. These are our focus regions where we traveled last year, and we will do that this year as well, of course, virtually given the pandemic. But we have all of you supporting us in this journey. And we have phenomenal partners that have helped us take this current Misfits to the next level. This supporting with mentorship, credits, outreach support, all of that just for social entrepreneurs like you out there. And as I said, that we are powered by this amazing people and organizations that have been supporting us this year. To give you a brief about Vruksh ecosystem, that's the parent nonprofit that we operate under. We are a think tank that's been seeding innovation ecosystems. We started with the sole purpose to foster innovation ecosystems and democratize knowledge sharing. We understood that each region has its own set of problems and its own set of unique solutions. However, there is a massive gap in terms of the ecosystem connect itself, and that's what we enable to do through a community like this, and really build entrepreneurs out there who are building amazing solutions and building the future for all of us. We have this saying internally, and we talk this language to everyone that we engage with, that it's not about ideas, it's about making these ideas happen. And our sole reason why we are there is to ensure that entrepreneurs like you can make your ideas, take your ideas to the next level. So that's what we've been doing all this while. And we have a phenomenal person joining us this evening, KARTHIK. We had chat this morning. I got to know his background. He's worked with the army. He's worked with Flipkart. He's got a phenomenal product experience, along with an MBA from Stanford as well. And like, what a journey. I was really inspired by the phenomenal work that he's been doing. And that's why we have him here with us to share that impact with all of you, and how can we take inspiration from his journey. So without much delay, Karthik, the stage is all yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Abhijit. I think thank you, Misfits and Vruksh ecosystem. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be invited to talk to this august audience. And several years ago, I was in the shoes of so many budding entrepreneurs who are on the other side, listening to this event today, who are getting ready to pitch. So I want to spend the next 10 minutes or so, or 15 minutes or so, sharing, how I have traveled across the last few years, about 10 plus years or so, and how I think about entrepreneurship, how I think about social entrepreneurship, and then I'm happy to answer any questions. So I want to give you, I want to start with one quote from what I think is from Mahatma Gandhi. So almost anything in life you do will be insignificant, but it is important that we do it. So that has always served as a single guidance factor for me. Because anytime we try to solve a problem, and especially very large, hoary problems, we almost go into this mode of, is it sufficient? Whatever am I going to do? Is it enough? But I think that the first step is to start doing it, and then things will fall in place. So have a large ambition. It's important. But at the same time, it is important that you must start small and start somewhere. So my journey started, way back when I was in high school. I wanted to serve the nation. I wanted to be an IAS officer. But as I was preparing, I thought that military is even better way to serve the nation. I got an opportunity to join the military. I dropped out of engineering and I went to the military. For 10 years, I served. Then as I was contemplating deeply as to, is this the best way or are there better ways? I found that making India an economically sustainable and superpower, wherein the country will become much more stronger by making the people more prosperous at scale, not like small section of population, but at scale, sounded like a better way and a faster way where I could contribute a lot. So I was contemplating a career outside the military. I was focusing on which is the largest sector where one unit of my effort will bring the widest impact. So agriculture, food naturally attracted my attention. 52% of India's population then contributed about 17-20% of India's GDP. And it was completely non-tech. It was very inefficient. And there were so many inefficiencies that people were just losing money to the system. Not necessarily anyone was actually making a better living than that. Everybody was in a lose-lose situation. So while I was contemplating in 2008, I tried to connect coconut farmers from my hometown via an SMS-based platform. And I said, I want to connect farmers to end markets. In 2008, this is pre-Flipkart. And I quickly realized that the problem was much larger than getting two sides of the platform on a digital platform, two sides of the market, which is maybe a sellers and the buyers. I could find some buyers in Delhi for coconuts in Madurai, but how would I ship? There were no scalable shipment systems. And then even if I find some lorry and other things to ship, how would we move the money back? Because the seller wants the money in the farm gate. The buyer would pay only when the item reaches the goods in his hands and he checks the quality. Somebody has to build that trust, and somebody has to actually, even if he's paying, how the money will physically come back in a cash economy like India then in 2008. And nothing was, today we talk about UPI, we talk about e-commerce, nothing was visible at that particular point in time. But then I was clear that many people were trying to do something for the farmers, and here is where I want to exhort you all to think. Like, I did not want to solve the problem in a small scale. I did not want to be an entrepreneur because I can just go and talk to events and I can put a check mark to solve my cognitive dissonance of not doing anything about what the country wants. I really wanted to be a part of a solution that is solving problems at scale. 1 billion Indians should have this solution. So if you have to solve problems at scale, then you need the technology, you need the business wherewithal, you need the network, you need to have a very different solution. I did not know the solution then in 2008. So I wanted to reskill myself. The market is not going to be ready anytime soon. Nokia N70 was the smartest phone in 2008. There was no talk about any of these things. But I was clear that any solution has to have a supply chain infrastructure and has to have a financial infrastructure, which I didn't know what the solution was. Today, it's all obvious to us. E-commerce, delivery, UPI, and card ecosystem, and all of those things, and even 4G, 5G. But at that time, it was like not obvious. But I know that if that was not the case, then there is no point. So then I retooled myself. I applied to business school, and that's when I got lucky. I got admission to Stanford, and I met my co-founder there. An important part of an entrepreneur's journey is to find a good co-founder. So my co-founder, Ashish Jinnah, comes from an even more illustrious background. He's a farmer by profession. His entire family does farming for a living. And he worked on very important projects for the country. One, he is a graduate of IIT Delhi, and then he went to BCG. But then he worked on very important project for digitizing the public distribution system, which was plagued by all the leakages. So he was also connected to the social problem of farming and distribution. So I happened to meet him, and then we formed deep bonds, and then eventually 5 years later, we would start Jumbotail together. But I was systematically preparing for this day. I chose my experiences around how to solve this problem. I did a research through classes that was offered under a very world-famous professor on coconut supply chain in India from farm to fork. And then I chose to work in eBay. I made a conscious choice in eBay US. I wanted to understand marketplaces. Then I came back to India. I joined Flipkart. Flipkart was a startup then. It was not obvious who's going to win. People were thinking Amazon, and people were thinking about many. It was too hot, the market in e-commerce. But learned a ton of stuff, and then I started Jumbotail. At Jumbotail, what we do, we connect thousands of mom and pop retailers to their supplier ecosystem. We have an in-house supply chain, a tech-enabled, tech-driven supply chain. We operate fulfillment centers, distribution centers. We deliver to these small stores in 24 to 48 hours. We connect directly to their supplier ecosystem all the way to farmer producer organizations or brands or traders or whatever. And then we also help the retailers get working capital credit, fintech solutions for high transactions, small ticket sizes, custom built solutions for them. Plus, we also have a program to modernize their stores into J24 modern convenience grocery stores that are omni-channel ready, that are connected to end consumers through digital means. And it's a brand in itself. The retailers can adopt that brand, and it's a co-brand. So it will be like J24 Ramnath stores, J24 Jagannath stores. So we partner with them to modernize their stores. So we believe that empowering these mom and pop store retailers is the fastest way to modernize grocery retail in India. Plus also we believe in preserving jobs. There are 10 to 12 million mom and pop stores and nearly 40, 50 million people employed in this country. And it is supporting a further downstream ecosystem of at least 100 million jobs in this country. And we preserve them, we empower them. We don't believe in replacing them, cutting them off. We believe in supporting them, joining hands with them, and modernizing the food and grocery value chain. That's what we do. So the key points: start small, start somewhere, have a long vision, persevere, and focus on creating a wide scale impact irrespective of the time frame that you're looking at, and things will add up eventually. So I'll stop here, and then I'll have Abhijit direct the conversation from this point.
Absolutely. Thank you for those inputs, Karthik. It was a wonderful journey to know, and I'm sure all of us are inspired from this experience. A couple of questions. So when we think about impact, I think the focus always remains कि एक community में काम करना है, एक region के लिए काम करना है. But then we see that with Jumbotail, there is such a massive scalable impact that's happening for the farmers of our country, the SMEs, the shop owners out there. How can an entrepreneur, especially in the impact space where we think about purpose more than profit, bring about this mindset of growth and scalability?
I think this whole concept of profit is bad. I would not agree. How you use that profit is a different question, right? You can reinvest. A non-profit organization is not necessarily one that is making loss. A non-profit organization is the one that is not making a profit. That means that it can earn a profit out of an economic transaction, but it reinvest the profit into the community, into the growth, and into the infrastructure and whatever. I fundamentally feel that charity is not a good way to build things. No entrepreneur here should believe that yes, there are many problems in which you have to take a charitable approach. I'm not saying like some of the hardest problems in this country may require. So my answer stands very qualified here, but depends upon wherever. The only reason I would say is that unless and otherwise your solution is a self-propelling engine, you cannot scale it. If it requires you, or if it requires like a number of very mission-oriented people to run and keep it alive on a daily basis, then the impact will be smaller. If you want the impact, whatever solution that you find that needs to scale, that needs to impact a wider range of people, then it has to have a self-propelling engine, which is only an economic activity, right? And also, economic activity implies value exchange. When you find a solution and when you implement a solution that is valuable to people, it has to create value. It has to create more value than what was originally there. That means that value has to be seen somewhere in your profit books. So I do not believe I have handled. So let me tell you, in the armed forces, we have a lot of budget that we spend on economically improving the locations where we serve. We call these Sadbhavana programs and winning the heart and minds of the local population, right? And I've almost always seen that when you give some things in charity, it's not like how is it like, okay, you can put a micro hydel project, but who's going to maintain once something goes off, right? Many things that just started in good faith, like you put a road out of charitable budgets, but once the road gets fair wear and tear, even fair wear and tear, who's going to redo it? So if you have an economic engine that is actually keeping the road up and running, any toll system, anything, and that's just reinvested in the local communities, I think that's a better economic model according to me, rather than eschewing profit. I would say embrace profit, but ensure that profits are spent responsibly.
Thank you. That was a very insightful answer. I've been just like processing it, and I think while you're answering that, I think my next question comes along the same lines. Is in such a scenario, how can an entrepreneur build a sustainable business model? Like what would be your key insights to someone who's just starting up, and what would be those couple of things that we should ensure that our business models had these factors figured out when we are in its early when we are at an early stage itself?
See, the first thing that I would recommend all entrepreneurs solving very hard problems is, while you deserve every sense of appreciation for solving a very hard problem, please remove that sense of entitlement from you. You are as good as anyone else who's trying to build a business. And I'm not saying your work is not appreciated. I'm not saying that many of the problems that doesn't, people without missionaries like you, very hard problems cannot get solved. But at the same time, you have to realize that you have any solution that you can even prove in pilot or V0, you need talent. You need people to join your journey. Who's going to join the journey? How are you going to find, let's say, 2,000 missionaries? Like, let's say, for example, even in my startup, I can tell you that the first 100 people were missionaries, right? We spend an enormous amount of time. Now, suddenly you want to, scale the startup to next 100,000, expecting all of them and all of them to find missionaries. I think it's not unreasonable, but expecting in the time frame to find that many number of missionaries is hard. There is just not so many missionaries out there in the world. People have economic motivations, then your team members will have economic motivations, and you cannot judge them. They have needs. They need to, own a house. They need to go climb up the economic ladder. Somebody may be in this for a short period of time. You may have committed a lifetime for yourself, but not all the people that you are joining. That doesn't mean that their contribution are any less. We are talking today. Let's say somebody of you get funded in this competition, and you go on to change the world. This competition happened over Zoom, and somebody is paying for it. Like, I'm pretty sure Zoom is not doing a charity here. Zoom is taking its fair share of profits, and whosoever is paying this account. So therefore, you need people even to connect, even to basic stuff. So therefore, I think that this is one place where if entrepreneurs start from that point, that yes, it is not bad to make a profit. It is not bad. People who want to join for an economic reason is not bad people. You all need all of them. Then that is the first starting point that I would say. Second is, finding those capital sources that has the right return window, I would say. So if you are a impact, and you think that it will take you 5 years or 7 years or 10 years to solve a problem, then finding some capital source that is requiring a return, that is whose competing investments are giving them, like, say, 5x 10x return in 3 years, 4 years, or a venture kind of ecosystem or a private equity kind of ecosystem, may not be the right partner for you. So you need to have like-minded employees, like-minded partners, and your investors. Even the best case investors have some expectation of returns. So you have to still work with all your people, and finding a economically viable business model that can compete out there in the world, and the best of things in the world is what I would say. I would say, even if you're building toilets, if you don't find an economically viable model, after the first 100 toilets, maybe all of your first 100 goes in vain.
Absolutely. I think that's again. I think your answers are taking me, like, my mind gets into a processing zone. Takes me a while to respond. There's such deep insight into every sentence that you put together. And I would like to take that off and see, hey folks, like, anyone here has a question for Karthik, please do raise your hands and we can unmute you and then get your question out there. I'm sure this journey has definitely inspired all of us in some way. So if you have any questions, please do raise your hands, and we could go to you. In the meantime, Anupam, do you have a question that you'd like to ask? Okay.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, one of our startup has raised their hand.
Sure. Hey, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Muzam.
Yeah.
Hi. Yes.
Yeah. As sir mentioned regarding the economical way in any of the startup to go through or to proceed through. So what things that will motivate the new entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs to like go through in the next step if they face any like financial issues or any like society issues and this that. So a maximum of the startups, they are facing like these things, and which rebounds them, they are thinking to like lowering them and demotivates them. So I just want to ask these questions: is what are the solutions for all that?
Great. So I think this is a very important question. Most of us start with problems that are so critical to the society that we so fundamentally believe in, and sometimes we don't even receive support of our near and dear, our parents. And this happens all the time. Let me tell you that even people who have invented the most, this problem is not something that is related to social entrepreneurship. I can tell you that if 99% of for-profit entrepreneurship fails, startup fails, right? Only 1% succeeds. The remaining 99% of the people who are aspiring to build that, software startup or a e-commerce startup, they all go through the very, very same thing. On a day-to-day basis, they need recognition, they need support. And I would say that the first and foremost thing that we need to, I would encourage people to have is a good co-founder. I think if you have a good co-founder, you're not alone in this journey. Okay. And that is a good starting point. And also, if you can find a good co-founder, what it also means is that at least one other person in this world has found your idea worthy enough to commit their life to. That's a validation. I would not encourage anyone to start. You may start on day one, but then please go find a good co-founder. If you can't find and enlist a good co-founder, that's a sort of a red signal for your journey ahead. Now it's just the symptoms are far ahead. And the reason why somebody may not join you is not necessarily because people have a problem with your idea. People may have problem with your working style. People may have problem with the economic outcomes of this, or they may not be as passionate about as this idea as you are. So every no, whether it's a co-founder rejection or an investor rejection, is not necessarily a judgment on your character. Don't take it personally. It's just that there is some value exchange that need to happen there, and that value has not been met for someone to put money in your startup or somebody to join your startup. So what is that? Keep finding it, asking the question, and keep fixing it. So if you do that, then if you have more people in your journey who's sharing that journey and the load with you, your solutions will be faster. And there are two people now creating and thinking than one. And then there will be always a way out and way to share the burden. The second one is, why are you not succeeding, right? The question of motivation comes if success begets more success, right? So for example, if you have started off like I started, like there was no outcome, it wouldn't proceed further in 2000. Like we have to ask those hard questions. Why is it not succeeding? Is it a skill with me? Is it a problem with the market? Is it some sort of an environmental issue that we cannot resolve in the time frame? And if some of those time frames are reasonably, my journey in Jumbotail, today I'm here in front of you because somebody discovered me, and that is because of Jumbo. That happened 2016, but 2008, who knew me? I was like you. And at that time, we can, when things don't work out, you have to ask those questions and you have to invest in retooling yourself. I invested in retooling. Say, I'm not saying that, I'm a success example here. I just say this is what I did, and as a response to the opposition that I met. I did not have an MBA at that time. I had not even given my GMAT or CAT or whatever, right? I was just yet another person trying to solve the problem. I had a very, very passionate idea. I only had passion. I did not have the talent, and the market was not ready. So when you have at the intersection of talent, market readiness, and passion, those ideas tend to work the best. So you have to find those ideas in that intersection. Something is not working, something is not in place. And sometimes the market readiness is an important aspect that we tend to ignore. We try to fight like a mountain. So maybe sometimes you just have to postpone your journey and conserve your journey and prepare it and attack the problem 3, 4 years, 5 years later. And it's a perfectly viable answer to it. Let's not get into ego problems with the market. You cannot get into ego problems. Anything that is telling you if the regulatory conditions are not suitable for the effort that you are trying to make today, then you have to either decide to fight that regulation and change it, or you have to wait for certain favorable regulations to come so that you can conserve. Ultimately, market rewards, or for that matter, any social impact. Let's say the biggest of all the social impact today is Aadhaar, I would say, which has enabled multiple concepts, or the UPI, the payment systems that we have today. Some of those, even the government-led ones, it wouldn't have come. It took like years for even governments to implement with all the powers. So it's not an easy journey. Expecting and having those sense of entitlement just because you believe in an idea is not there. I would go ask those questions. I would say, whether is it a problem with me, whether it's a problem with my idea. Seek those answers. What would make you believe in me? And then keep on fixing that. And having a partner alongside you, I think these are some of the very quick fixes that I would say. I don't have a very silver bullet answer for all sorts of entrepreneurs, because sometimes there are genuine problems that need to be solved and there are no encouragement, like garbage problem in this country. Like there is so much of problem, like human beings are still being used. And is there an easy solution to it? We just have to wait for more time. Maybe time is not right now today, or maybe somebody is solving for it and they have a better idea. We just have to discover them and fund them.
Absolutely. Thank you. So we have time for one more question. If anyone would like to take that opportunity, you could raise your hand and we could unmute you. Cool. I think Anupam has a question. Anupam, would you like to ask?
Yes, sure. So I wanted to know, by the way, hi Karthik, and thank you so much for sharing your insights.
Am I losing her?
Yeah, I think Anupam will.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes. Hi. I'm sorry, I'm facing some network issues. Okay. By the way, thank you so much, Karthik, for sharing your insights. And I have this question. How can you identify a right co-founder? Professional farming business with Ashish, and how did you each identify each other? Like, let's take, maybe if you can focus on one first principle that you that you both found in each other, fine, and something like that. So what's your criteria for evaluating co-founders?
My criteria for evaluating co-founders, and it goes on. A co-founder is a very special person, but it's a very also a very special use case of finding people who have to join your journey in any along all of your teams, right? So co-founder is that one very, very special use case of that particular larger class of problem. So specifically for co-founder. So first and foremost, recognize that this is a very, very hard journey. Sometimes the problem statement itself can change along the journey, and the solutions can completely change drastically. There is the world is wild out there, and we don't know what's going to happen. So you need to fundamentally align with long-term vision and ways of working. So these are two dimensions that I would say, right? So the third dimension is less important, but it is actually critical in many ways, is complementarity of skills. So let's start with the three I'll focus on, right? First thing is somebody who is aligned with your vision, mission, and who deeply believes in that problem statement. And across all of the three, there is a way of evaluating whether that thing is there. I'll come to that later. But then who deeply believes in that vision statement. Second is, does he align with your value system, your operating system? You operate a certain way, you take decisions in a certain way. Some things matter to you more than other things. Does the same things matter to that person? Fundamental values. How does the person think about integrity, how does a person think about interaction, people, respect, trust? Do you have the trust and ability, and do you recognize? So these aspects of that will not know unless you know the person. So it's, you have to really spend some time. It's not like you met and you really strike. It's possible. In India, marriages happen that way. So therefore, it is not impossible to do it that way. But if you can spend some time and build and choose among people whose operating system and the value system matches, and there is harmony. Harmony is very, very important. Alignment is very important. And the third one is the complementarity of skill set. So if you bring in ABC, what does it take? First of all, start with what does it take to succeed? If there are 5 things that are required to succeed, you bring 2, he brings 3, or you bring 3, he bring 2, or some of them are unique, and you are like it's an unfair competitive advantage when that person joins you. When you both are there, you are it's like somebody is a batsman, somebody is a bowler. It's a good team. Like 2 batsmen, even though individually they are very, very strong, is not complementing each other. Then the team is not complete. You need to find a bowler. So you have to build that set of complementarity in skills. And when assessing the value system, and when assessing the alignment to the vision and mission, talk is cheap. Everybody wants to express, and nobody will say, oh, I'm a low integrity person, or I disrespectfully talk. But you have to look back and evaluate in the most critical junctures of their lives. What choices have they made? How are the things that are important to you have dictated those choices for them? Because if something is important, and if that is the way in which they actually make decisions, they would have made a decision by exercising those choices within the framework of the things that matter to you. Say, for example, my co-founder had many, many choices to choose in his work at BCG, any project. Normally, when we think about consultants' life, BCG, McKinsey, Bain consultants' life, we think about Soot Budka Sarkar. We go, people go in, airplanes and, talk with CEOs and stuff. He actively chose to work on, and not just for 1 time, 2 times, 3 out of his 6 years with BCG, he chose to work on this public distribution project. He used to sit in trucks and travel all the way across entire India to see where all leakages are happening. What are the real problems on the ground? He didn't choose to have that lifestyle wherein you interact with the very best of your CEOs and do your PowerPoint presentations. And that to me is a clear signal that he walks the talk, right? Even at Stanford, he made a choice to work on water sanitation problems. He did a dual degree with a master's in environmental sciences. When we were all going, and I went to Peru to study the country as a part of global study trip, he was sitting in the deserts of California and Nevada and trying to understand how to solve water problems. So when you make those choices, despite having very, very lucrative competing choices, that is a very clear signal. So when you look at and evaluate a co-founder, don't go by what the person says, what he has done. A past performance is a very, very good evidence of future potential. So look for vision, mission alignment, look for value system and operating system alignment, and then look for complementarity of skills. And we just have to hit it off. Like you both need to feel comfortable that you will be able to endure a journey of 5 to 10 years.
Wow.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Karthik. Again, like I have to say, there's so much that every word that you say, it comes up loaded. It's like, I think I'm going into like that phase where, yes, I have to absorb it. Like I have to take a few minutes to absorb what you say, and it's wonderful. Like I'm blown away, quite frankly. Thank you very much. I personally, I think I benefited a lot in the last 30 minutes, so much from you. And I feel the same for everyone here on the call. And with that, in the interest of time, I would like to take all of you to the next level and that was Karthik for you all, folks, and very, very thankful for such amazing insights that you gave in. I think there's so much depth, and it's very evident from every word that you say. So thank you very
Avijit,
much.
I want to take 30 seconds, probably less than that, to tell building companies are hard. Whether you have money, you don't have money, whether you are a social entrepreneur, for-profit entrepreneur, getting together 5, 10, 15, 100,000 people towards what you believe and getting them to the next level and helping them, making them do things that you believe in is a very, very hard journey. Creating something that lasts on its own legs is even more harder. So don't give up, persevere. The grass is always greener on the other side. Every single time you think, okay, oh, I don't have funding. No, if you have funding, then they always believe in law of conservation of problems. Problems never go away. They just change from one form to another form. So if finding a co-founder is a problem, once you find a co-founder, getting a funding is a problem. When you get the funding, then executing and proving the model is a problem. When you prove the model, scaling it and making it into a self-sustaining thing into the problem. So it's a hard journey. It's a continuous journey. Hang in there. Your contribution is important for this nation. You are doing something very important to this nation. And my heart goes out to every one of you. There's so many of you potentially. I am telling you that the world is waiting for your solutions. We need you. Thank you very much for your contribution. The people who are there, I would love to see many successful stories that come out of this project.
Absolutely, Karthik. I think we'll be happy to share with you the impact that we've had from this entire initiative. We published a report from last year's, and we'll share that also with you to understand what we did last year. And I believe we'll be able to do that in a much better fashion this year too. And I think all our entrepreneurs are here excited, and we love to support these folks out there. So again, thank you so much for your time. Really value you coming in on a Sunday afternoon and sharing these insights with us. And folks, moving on, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our regional co-host, that's ESAL IIT Guwahati, that's helped us put this entire thing together, our ecosystem partner, that's Assam Startups, and our outreach partners, NIFT Rachi, Global Shapers Imphal, and Y East. All of them have been phenomenal partners in supporting us put this entire regional community together. They've been with us last year and they continue in this support again this year. It makes us feel so much better about what we are doing is adding value to everyone in this community. I would like to invite folks from IIT Guwahati to quickly share a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Good evening and greetings to one and all. Since its inception, we as a group of students at ESAL IIT Guwahati have always aimed towards educing the spirit of entrepreneurship in Northeast India, as well as the sprawling nation. Achieving this, we conduct several activities throughout the year, and we are glad that they speak out our success. We conduct startup boosting series, providing sessions with industry leaders, alumni entrepreneurs, investors, and also product management competitions. Notable events include course on product management, mind the product, case studies, startup pitching battle, etc. Startup sprints is yet another initiative taken up wherein hostels compete amongst each other by brainstorming a problem, designing a solution, and then carrying it out for a week. Fun events are also an integral part of a community, boosting morale in the form of scavenger hunts with interactive hints to develop innovative out-of-the-box thinking in students. In addition to these, Udgam, one of our flagship events, is the annual Entrepreneurship Summit of ESAL IIT Guwahati and the biggest in Northeast India, with the primary objective of conceive, achieve, and believe. Lecture series with Wikipedia founder Jimmy Wales, Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, and many others are a gem to this event. Under Udgam, we also conduct intern fair, connecting first and second year undergraduate students with internships at startups. And also we have PMX, India's second largest product management case study. Udgam is also the umbrella to disrupt a startup pitching battle. And we are proud to say that last year, Edviso, a startup, earned $120,000 of funding too. All of these are just a beautiful beginning, and we at SONALI Guwahati strive towards a pinnacle. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Next, we have a partner that's Assam Startups. Do we have someone representing from there and could share a little bit about what Assam Startups is doing?
Duncan, are you there? Okay, let me take this ahead.
Sure.
So, hi folks. Assam Startup, it basically aims to create an ecosystem for startup in Assam in Northeast region and to establish Assam as the entrepreneurial hub of Northeast India. And here they primarily focus on generating employment, nurturing startups in the initial stage, and then stimulating startup culture in the state in Assam and Northeast India. So this is a quick thing about Assam Startup. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Anupam. And then we have Global Shapers Imphal, and we have the curator from there.
Hi, a very good evening to everyone present today. To talk a little bit about Global Shapers Community in Imphal Hub, we are a community of 28 members at the current, we are all young, from diverse background, both personally and professionally, who are continuously working to make achievements and then create projects that reflects on our three impact areas, and one being sustainability, second being equity and inclusion, and third being education and employment. So far we have had quite magnificent achievements in the projects that we have done on a global scale, as well as in the South Asian region. So we are very proud and very honored to have been a part of this Misfits. Hats off to the organizers and the partners, and a very good luck to all the participants who are going to be pitching in a while. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And we also have EDC and IFT, and Aman from there. Hi, Aman.
Good evening, everyone. This is Prabha, the head of EDC cell, Lift Ranchi. I'm on behalf of Aman to preside over this. Actually, our cell is very relatively young amongst all the cells, and it was started just in 2019. But within 2 years of its formation, we have achieved many in our relatively young time span. Our cell focuses on inculcation of entrepreneurship among students, developing their skill and problem-solving attitude. We focus on taking small steps at a time and not rather very large steps that makes the journey difficult. In relatively young time frame, we have rather many startups like ServiceCell, UT5, Entropy, JE Start, Indian Ineos, and 404 Labs. Our success stories are no mean feat either, with our students selected for internship opportunities from IIM Kolkata, and also got an opportunity to go for USA for further opportunities. Our vision focuses on taking small steps to count mountains and reach the zenith of our potentials. And that's it, folks. We are very elated to be regional outreach partner for Northeast region, and good luck everyone for further events. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Moving forward, we have Y East.
Yes.
Good evening and hello. Good evening and hello everyone. WISE is a network platform dedicated to social and environmental impact, and we are specifically focused on East and Northeast of India. WISE represents SDG 17, that is partnership for girls, and we truly believe that cooperation and partnership are the key to greater positive impact. So, coming to our achievements, so far we have organized or supported 100 projects and events. WISE has grown exponentially since its inception. At present, 143 impactful organizations are listed on our WISE platform, and the WISE community keeps growing. So you can always check out our WISE website to join our organization. And since then, we have impacted more than 13,000 people directly or indirectly through our activities. So, I'd like to say good luck to all the participants for the next.
Thank you. And moving forward, we have a phenomenal jury that's joining us. I would like to invite our co-host, SONALI Guwahati, to take it forward from here.
I hope I'm audible.
Yes, Soham, thank you.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome again to Misfits. My name is Soham Parundekar, and I will be carrying forward the event from here. I am a second-year BTech student at Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, and a senior executive at ECL IITG. Firstly, kudos to Misfits. You organize such an amazing event every year. And also all the best to everyone who is pitching today. Give your best shot and impress our jury with your one-of-your-kind ideas. So let's welcome our jury for today. We have with us two highly esteemed personalities as juries for this event. Mr. SOURAVESWAR. He is the chief mentor and founder of Catalyst Learning Services. He is also the founder of Niti Vichar, the student policy think tank of India, and a visiting faculty at Tata Institute of Social Sciences. Sir, we request you to share a few words with us for the startups.
Hi, everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. Thank you, Soham, for a very kind introduction, and thanks a lot, Misfit, for making all of us realize that for the first time in our lives, being misfit is the way forward. And I must admit that over the last 40 minutes or half an hour that we have been into this session, I have learned a lot, unlearned a lot. What I'm trying to reflect to all of these participants, young, very, very bright minds, I had seen the impact report shared by Anupam, and they all appeared to be such well-seasoned ideas to start off with. And thankfully, we for the first time, or we are getting into a platform like Misfit that wants to convert and translate the ideas into action. Abhijit, thank you for really helping all of us understand the vision, mission, philosophy. Thank you, all the partners who have been, I would say, visionary enough to understand what is going to be the future forward for all of us. Again, coming back to what I was highlighting right at the beginning, that the word misfit, definitely from now onwards, will definitely have a parallel connotation. Misfit will now connotate constructivism. Misfit will now help us understand innovation. Misfit would be synonymous to being more fit for the future. And this is what I would share because I think KARTHIK gave us truly the full recipe for our food for thought to start off the session. And I personally felt he was a fantastic choice, to start off the session. So kudos to the organizing team to bring him out here and share his perspectives for everyone's benefit. But what I want to highlight right at the start, I will not take too much of a time because I'm dying to hear your pitch. I can't wait, to see and understand how we want to align your ideas and your belief sets with our society, with our way of thoughts. So what I would like to share with everyone is that each of you in your set of belief, remember, you have the responsibility to basically create, recreate, or maybe alter an existing narrative. A lot of times you will find that the narrative is what we need to change in the minds of people. And everything else follows. When the narrative is changed in the minds of people and you are able to justify that change or that creation of a new narrative, you are establishing meaning, which Karthik referred to as value throughout his speech. And whenever there is meaning, we always say the other M follows. The other M is a very important M. Anyone? What is the other M? It's on everyone's mind, that other M. Whenever there is meaning, there is money, remember. Whenever there is meaning, there is money, and the narrative has to change. And with my journey also with Catalyst in the last 10 years that I have been trying to change that narrative, change the narrative so that students in schools and colleges who are looking forward towards career choices and opportunities also keep a balance by looking forward to the social sciences, the development sector, as an equally opportune space to work with, along with every other department, along with every other stream. So like how Karthik was mentioning, back then, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, situation was very different. There was very little to showcase of those streams. But now as we speak, you understand the national education policy is promoting cross-disciplinary education as much as possible into our education system. So what the government is trying to do is also change or play with the narrative. So at the end of the day, I would always, talk of the social psychology that works in everyone's mind across the locations that we are in. And I am honored, very humbled, grateful to Misfits, to the entire organizing team, to set this platform up so that we can look forward to action in the days ahead. Thank you so much for keeping me here.
Thank you, Sarveshwar, for those kind words. Really, really appreciate it. And that's been our motive to bring people together. And I think and that's exactly with the word that we're trying to do, is calling Misfits as a badge of honor for everyone out there. Thank you for those kind words. Soham, please.
Thank you, sir. The second member of our jury is Dr. Sonali Roy. She is the Incubation Manager at the National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Guwahati. She is also the founder, member, and director of the Center of Natural Conservation and Biosafety, Odisha, and has expertise in techniques like histology, cloning, functional analysis of gene. Ma'am, if you'd like to share a few words with us.
Yeah, thank you, Shoham. So very well said, Sauraveswar and Karthik. And it's really amazing that the connotation of Sauraveswar told about the misfit. Yes, we also believe that misfit will become a very phenomenal thing in future. And not only that education policy, but I must say about the startup policy by MHRD and the science and technology policy, which will be implemented very soon. All those things, and at the same time, that government of India's initiative on Atmanirbhar Bharat and Swasth Bharat, and then Make in India and all those things. I can say that this is the first time that Indian ecosystem is fully supporting that startups in our country, and this is the right time that you should motivate yourself to do something for the country, for the people, and also for the society. And one thing I must tell you, that maybe very few of you will go to the final round, and only 3 or 4 of you will get will become the misfits. But I must say that never demotivated. If you are motivated and if you are always stick to your focused and stick to your goal, you will become successful. So you should never demotivated and work for it. And also I can tell you that years back, Northeast was not a good startup ecosystem. Even now also it's developing. We cannot say that Northeast is a developed startup ecosystem or so, but there are many people and many organizations who are working to develop the Northeast startup ecosystems. Even our institute, Hyper Guwahati, we are actively working to develop the bio-entrepreneurship ecosystem of this region. We are mainly working with healthcare and the biotechnology. We have started our journey in 2019, and last 2 years we have really achieved many things. You can connect us so that if anyone working with deep tech biotech startups, we are always ready to help you. And with this, of course, we are always, really looking for the next generation startups and what you are working. We want to listen this. So with this, I will finish now, and I am eager to listen the presenter. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sonali ma'am. Very happy to have you with us. Also, a kind reminder to everyone, we have the pitch sessions split as 5 minutes for the pitch and 5 minutes for the jury Q&A. So request you to, all of us, to be mindful of the time and go ahead. Soham, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Abhijit. Hearty welcome to both our jury members once again, and thank you for being with us here today. Now it's the time for which you all have been eagerly waiting for. Without any further ado, let's begin pitching your startups. As Abhijit said, you will have exactly 5 minutes to pitch your idea, and at the end of 5 minutes, I'll stop you and we'll move on to the Q&A session by jury. So try to wrap it up in under 5 minutes. So let's start with our first team for today. We have with us team Foot Pro Compressed, and we have Aminul and Muzzam. I hope I'm pronouncing it rightly, from Foot Pro Compressed. So the stage is all yours, guys.
Yeah, thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Just a reminder,
shall I?
Keep a timer with you, every participant, of 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure. So Foot Pro, what it defines is it's the aim to provide the platform to the gamers or sports players, and incentivize skillful sports community and to pave way for sports players communities to become the next stars. And what's the problem in the market is that as we saw a recent pandemic hit, we were bound to our houses and less social interactions and all. So maximum of us, like youngsters, they found themselves entertaining in like gaming eras, like Pro Evolution Soccer, it might be PUBG, it might be, and Free Fire, it might be. So we as entrepreneurs, we thought, why not give this young generation a platform to withstand or to show their skills, which they are good at. As we see, over the 500 million mobile gamers in India, and recently it has risen to that budding figure, and it's still a vacuum of platform. There's still a vacuum is there. So where these talent youngsters can prove themselves, and we are giving the opportunity to these youngsters to show their skills and to stand in their society what they means for. And another thing we are trying to
I'm sorry, are you sharing your screen? Yeah, are you sharing your pitch deck? Yes, are you sharing your pitch deck?
Yeah, I'd love to, if you give me host.
Please share that as soon as possible, please.
Yeah. Am I being host?
You can share your screen. I have given you the access. Please do that, ASAP.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Is my screen audible? I mean, visible? Sorry.
Yes, yes, you're visible,
Yeah.
and please go ahead.
Yeah. So here FootPro, we defines the platform to gamers and sports players to incentivize their skill and gaming community, and paving the way for the sports players to become the future stars. And the problems which we have faced here is that there's still 2.2 billion, to be precise, mobile gamers and budding youngsters which came to this platform during this pandemic situation, and it has escalated to 500 million in India. But still, there's a vacuum in this platform to build this community and to streamline this process for tier 3 cities or towns or small rural areas. So these youngsters, they're not finding an opportunity to show their skills. So we as an entrepreneur, we thought, why don't just give these stars what they are meant for, and to solutionize them by giving this platform to rise them, to give them vision, to acquire them with their dreams. So we came with this idea, and these are the platforms like we want to aspire them, which we conducted a recent 2-3 organizations tournament, and we found that the problems also regarding ping issues. Ping issues means they don't have be able to play in current stable internet situation, and these state they just find themselves like in problematic whatever this way. So we at FootPro, we came to spend their time fruitfully and earn in the process. We'll go with the platform for all the gaming needs. It will be a community platform where users will have their gaming and sports profile with their gaming and sports metrics like data analytics and everything. The respective player have their own profile where they can analyze, they can visualize their mistakes and overcome them, and then uh, in the next thing which they will learn from their previous thing with the help of data and everything. So our vision will be like connecting the gamers in the regions and worldwide, and hiring of gamers and sports players by various clubs, guild through FootPro, creating new generation of game and sports influencers, incentivize staying healthy and fit through using our blockchain technologies. And traction here comes. As we have launched this program
Uzam,
since...
I'm sorry, your 5 minutes are up. I'll have to stop you.
Okay, actually from presenting my screen, it was like 3 minutes of this.
I consider it, but I'm really sorry. Juries, if we have any questions, we can go ahead.
I think, would ma'am like to ask a question?
Yeah. So when you have started your this journey?
Ma'am, we have started since last October, and from then we grew 100% by November. In December, we grew 200%, and by January we grew another 50%. So, and gradually it just continued like that. And please remind this all growth came as in organic view, like no promotions and everything, just inorganically our network propagated through our local areas, like in districts and also in West Bengals and also in Kerala's and Mumbai's, like wherever the hubs are there, our network just grew like that.
Basically, from which part are you? Which area?
Yeah,
in which
ma'am.
city?
Yeah, ma'am, we are from Hailakandi, Assam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and just I want to know that till now you have gone just through your network. So what is your marketing policy, and how do you think about the growth? And all these people are there. I mean, you are paying them or no? Just voluntarily they have joined you?
Ma'am, we are completely providing free entry. Means the young generations should withstand their talent without having any barrier to enter in that. So it's completely gambling free, and as
So
it's
what is
free
your
entry,
what is your revenue plan?
our revenue plan would be like 10% from the commission on winners, and also the 5% from the hosting who can host tournaments based on us, and 15 to 25% from the organizers if they are not part of any foot pro community and still they regionalize us as a organizer.
How
And
many people in the team?
we have total 5 members as a team. We are also activate in SofaScore because I'm a moderator in myself in the SofaScore, which is world's fastest live scoring app, and also OneFootball. And OneFootball is also, we are writing blogs and everything. They have contacted with us, and our CEO, who have a vast experience regarding program managing and directing everything. He has also institutional alumni out of India,
Okay.
like Thailand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all from my side. Over to Mr. Sen.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Hi, Muazzam. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah,
to you.
sir.
Yeah. So thank you for your pitch. I saw that you plan to, if I'm not mistaken, create like a revenue model around ads and sponsorships, right? That's what you mentioned.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So basically, like, if I'm not mistaken, like people will put their ads in your ecosystem. How
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
it go about?
Yeah. In our community-based ecosystem, they will put out the ads, whatever the things needed, and also the sports equipments like shirts, jerseys,
Right.
whatever the things. We will just sponsor them with our winners, whoever win the tournament, so that they can keep an impression in the localities,
Okay.
and just put a heart of community based on that.
So, Muazzam, like, say, for example, if you come to me and say I'm a potential sponsor, right, or I can give you an ad for it, how do you plan to pitch it to me? Like, because see, I already have, say, a lot of options in existing platforms in which I can put my ads, right?
Okay.
But then why do I choose your platform?
Sir, you can choose our platform because it is unique from our competitive like Indian Gaming League, Winzo. They all offers like paying something to play, like they are gambling included. That's why they don't even put their ad in Google Play Store also, because this is completely against Google platform is completely against gamble free, and our platform is completely gamble free, like in which can run in the states like Assam, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, where they have banned gamble apps like that. So it's completely reasonable or feasible to put ads in us, so that we can, as we can visualize in every region in India without having any hindrance.
Okay. So suppose, imagine, Muazzam, that, I am wanting to put my ads in a region that has allowed gambling platforms, suppose.
Yeah.
Even then, why do I want to, would I want to put it in your ecosystem?
Sir, as we have the further plans regarding regarding our blockchain creation, which which we have also.
Do you have a slide on blockchain creation? If you can quickly come to it, because is there a slide on blockchain? What is it about?
There's not specifically any slide. Just we verbally agreed regarding another startup to revolutionize a bit, a Fitbit, where like sports players activities, they will just put our Fitbit in the hand and they will do their fitness works, as also our which the token will create, so that they can mint in that. And I like that only. It's the whole process, and I can't reveal the further ones.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. That's all from me. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
All the best. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Musa.
Yeah.
We'll move on to our next startup then. We have Bhanu Pratap Singh from Northeast Agri Sales Promotion. Just so that our clocks are synced from the next time, I'll interrupt at 4 minutes to remind everyone that the last 60 seconds are left. So there's no miscommunication. So yes, Bhanu Pratap Singh, sir, the platform is all yours.
Good evening. My screen is visible and am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Bhanu Pratap Singh and I represent Northeast Agri Sales Promotion. So this idea, while I was working in Northeast in a senior position for National Skill Foundation as a head for Northeast, and then for Government of Meghalaya as a private sector OSD for skilling and market linkages. So various white papers, recommendations by Government of India, etc. were there that why the income of the farmers of the Northeast is not going up, in spite of having the world's best product in the Northeast organic by default. And that's how it was started. This initiative was started. I am unable to move my, So the problem is that there is no on-demand processing and packaging services for the farmers. There is no common organization which procure as an aggregator and then do the marketing across the India, and no innovative value addition is taking place. So what we do, so we work with three sets of farmers. One, farmers which are FPOs, SHGs, etc. They have the production, they have everything, but they don't have the service of packaging, service of processing. So we provide them these services so that their products become the market fit. Then we have other set of farmers who are small farmers. They have small quantities. They cannot have their brand. They cannot have their packaging, etc. because their volumes are less. So we become a one-point solution for their procurement. As per policy, 1.25 times more than the market price we provide them. Any farmer is welcome. They come to us. They get paid immediately, and assured buyer we are there for the small farmers. Then a third set of farmers to whom we provide the service of the about to start. In fact, we are setting up a large unit. So this service Pravesh model, which is a processing of the unsold products of the roadside vegetable sellers at the evening, so that they go home happy with the money in their hand. And we don't throw these products, we do the processing of these products. And this gets a kind of social kind of motivation for the buyers to procure these products. And then we have the innovative value added products which we have developed. So these are our business verticals. We provide the service of packaging and processing, and we get a nominal charges for that. And we have our own products, our own gift hampers, which are doing very good. This is the revenue model. These are our gift hampers, which we have developed from the Northeastern products. And these are procured by the Government of India, Indian missions, Indian embassies across the world, APIDA, Commerce Ministry, Assam government, everyone they procure. And slowly we are replacing the traditional kind of only handicraft gifting with the food products. This is how we provide the service value increase to the farmers. This is the way they were selling earlier their products in poly bag, etc. at the roadside. We converted these products into high standard packaging, designing, label, packaging, sorting, grading, and converting it to a good product. So for example, they were selling 150 rupee a kg turmeric. We made 5 units each for 200 grams and 300 rupee we priced each. After that, giving charge to the retailer, they got 800 rupee profit from the same turmeric, which was giving them 150 rupee earlier. It's an increase of around 6 times of the income. This is our 10,000 farmers. We are providing service under the TRISAM, Tribals of Assam brand, which was launched by last Honorable CM. And these all products were coming to us in gunny bags, in gallons, etc. And we converted these into a market fit product for them. And this is currently we are doing for the Markofed Nagaland Cooperative Department. Their products we have developed into international standard packaging. Then these are our innovative value-added products, like we have developed from Karbi Anglong ginger a room freshener. From bamboo we have developed a room freshener. From the Bhoot Jhalaki and Naga chili we have developed a safety spray. We have developed a 26 women SHG in the Nagaland. Wokha, that is plenty, everything plenty, and throw everything because they don't have any value addition. So from those fruits we have developed soaps We train them, they make these soaps, we buy for 48 rupees, and then we take care of the marketing, packaging, etc.
Last 60 seconds.
Yeah, then these are various products we have developed at Guwahati Airport, #1 selling product, at Goa Airport, #1 selling product. Statue of Unity, we have signed a big MOU recently. Our product 10 lakhs worth going next month there. All the products, then these are our export orders from Indian missions. This is from the Ho Chi Minh City, all the products going in November. Then we have these orders from the Indian missions in Romania, Canada, Singapore, that they will be taking these products. These are some of our technologies, tie-ups with the CFTRI, IFPT, etc. Some of the glimpses, we were invited at IS Academy, Mussoorie. These are our products at Konyak Store, Guwahati, our display at Bangkok, Thaifax, where this discussion with various union ministers, with Honorable CM. And our team has Ambassador Gautam Mukhopadhyay and some other senior people who are helping us. These are our growth plan. And my 5 minutes are over. Over to all of you for the questions.
You might go ahead with your questions.
Ma'am first, I think.
Okay. So I have just a few questions. The thing is that I want to ask that what is your plan for next 2 years? So at present, how many farmers you are attached with, and what is your plan for next 2 years?
Ma'am, currently we have around approx 12,000 farmers, which we are helping directly and indirectly. And our government of Assam has allotted us an industrial area plot in Jagi Road. In next 6 months, we are setting up a first of its kind common facility center on the processing and packaging there. All the northeastern products processing will also be available there. They bring their pineapple, their rice, their citrus, ginger, garlic, turmeric, anything, and we will charge a nominal fee. We'll convert it into a processed product. We have currently 40 technologies available for making various products from the northeastern crops. So this will save the farm wastage. They will have enough time to sell, and they will get a premium price, because instead of selling fresh, they can then sell it in a value-added form. And then we have a interest from government of Meghalaya to set up 2 such units, one in Ribhoi and one in Tura. And also discussions are on with Nagaland government and with Arunachal government. So this every year we plan to add 1 unit and slowly cover all the Northeast.
Great. So may I know that technologies you are using, that is, have you licensed from any other institute or research organization, or it's your own technology?
We have signed an MOU, and in fact, next month 3 new technologies signing MOU with CFTRI Mysore for osmodehydrated pineapple, osmodehydrated technology for amla and jackfruit. And then some other technologies also we have identified with CFTRI Mysore and IFPT, Thanjavur, Tamil Nadu. And we will be taking the license from them for these technologies to set up at our place.
So for the maintenance of the quality or that stability issues, have you any taken any regulatory these things? Because it's a food product, so you have to take all those things, no?
Yes,
I think already you have.
Yes, ma'am. We have FSSAI license with us, and we have also a food technologist consultant with us. And very soon we are taking a full-time food technology also with us.
Yes, that I mean that is actually my intention, that you should keep a food technologist in your team.
Yes.
Great. So over to Mr. Sen.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Singh, for your presentation. And would just like to understand, I can see in your growth plan to academic institutions in TIS and IIT getting featured. Will you be able to explain, like, how do you want to incorporate TIS and IIT into your mission statement?
In fact, with the TIS, we are inspired by the old-time king who used to visit the local roadside vegetable sellers at the end of the day and will procure all the unsold products. So with TIS, in fact, I have already in touch with Professor Razdan, and I've shared the idea that I want to set up a SOP model so that there is no pilferage or no misuse of this model, and only the right beneficiaries are identified, very poor vegetable sellers at the roadside, And every day rates are fixed in the morning, and in evening we go, whatever is unsold with them, we procure from them. But at the same idea is, I mean, to identify how to identify the right beneficiaries and how to ensure there are no pilferage out of this model. So any trader, etc., don't start pushing their products to us through those people or by putting fake people there. So this, with this, I want to work out the whole model, and some technology also should be there, which is easy to use by our procurement team. And every day we cannot procure everything. We will procure only those products whose processing is available with us, so that we can process and it doesn't go into waste. And with the IIT, my idea is we are trying to, in fact, I'm not a technology background person, so I want to take their help in developing a technology background in my whole inventory model, right from procurement, processing, and the supply chain and the market. So we have a forecasting of the something after 5 months. If some we have the forecasting that turmeric or pineapple will be, this much production will be coming out. So accordingly, we can take our orders, we can push these products in the market in advance, so that as the products come in the raw form, we do the processing and we provide it to the market. So this some technology intervention. In fact, I am also not very clear. Maybe the IIT people can guide me very better that how I can leverage that technology in my model.
One final question is that, Mr. Singh, as you grow and expand, what type of human resources in terms of talent and skills do you think you would require in your organization?
Mainly, sir, one is the food technology side. People who keep doing R&D and develop new value-added products from the northeastern crops. Second is the farmers tie-up. So I mean, right tie-up with the farmers. So here mainly the agri graduates, and then social science people, mainly this or others, who can work on this Provesh model, processing for the roadside vegetable sellers. So they keep identifying those poorest of the poor farmers. My vision is that no farmer should commit suicide any further because they could not sell, there was no buyer and all. So I want to ensure that those all farmers get assurance from us that yes, we are there. Whatever you have, it will be procured at the premium price with a guaranteed procurement. So that is one side of our whole business model. So these are the three main sector and one technology side. Person who keeps currently we are not good on the technology side, on the social media, etc. So this also I want to take it forward, and one person on the marketing and the export side. So mainly these five immediately I want to hire. I have some funding also coming up in form of grant. So these five people I'll be hiring very soon. Technology, the food technology, normal technology, then the farmers, procurement, and then this social media and the marketing.
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks a lot, Mr. Singh.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to our next starter then. We have Dhruva Deka from Brahmaputra Fables.
Yeah, I am here. Like I can't able to share my screen. Yeah, now I can. So like there is a load shedding in Panjawadi, so my Wi-Fi got off recently. I hope I am able. My phone presentation is feasible to you guys.
Yes, it's visible.
Is it feasible? Yeah.
Yes.
So hello everyone. My name is Dhruva Deka, and our startup is Brahmaputra Fables. So when I was pursuing my master's in Pondicherry University, my friends from other states used to ask for handicrafts and handloom products from Assam whenever there was any holiday or whenever there was any semester break. So me and my friends from Assam, we used to take the products from Assam to Pondicherry, and we were making good amount of pocket money while studying at Pondicherry University. And I always thought of starting an online store because we researched online and we found out that in Flipkart or Amazon, either the products of Northeastern handicrafts and handloom were not available at that time, or the prices were too high. So as I belong to the brass and bell metal craft village of Assam, which is Sarthebari, so I came back to my village and I found out that the artisan industry is very disorganized. So what we did, we organized some training camps after training them how to take photos, how to ship photographs, we identified two problems. One is for a customer, which is lack of accessibility, availability, and affordability of Northeast India's crafts. And one is for the artisans, which is the lack of global market access and also lack of markets. So it's a tech-enabled marketplace of handicraft and handloom products through which we connect our artisans to the end consumers. And our artisans can list their products at our platform through simple WhatsApp clicks. So our business model is in our store, our artisans list their products and we target our customers through digital marketing, and our artisan makes their money first from Brahmaputra Fables. And on shipping and delivery, we generate our revenues through our B2C and B2B channels, and that is 20 to 25% commission on sales. So market for handicrafts and handloom is in $1 billion, but this is a survey by NSSO where we can see the annual income of the urban middle section is growing significantly in the next 5 years. So our target customers are government employees, urban white collar employees, and SME owners. And our producers are at the bottom of the income pyramid, and we tend to be the bridge between these two income groups. So these are some of our workplaces from Jorhat, Sarthebari, Manipur, Khwalkusi. And these are some of our products like coconut shell craft, bell metal craft, shawls and bags, and bamboo craft. So in our USP, we have high range of products sourced directly from artisans. We follow a asset light model, zero inventory model, and we provide fast logistics because it gets directly shipped from the artisan's place to the customer's doorstep. And we are enabling transparent supply chain slowly. Right now, we are enabling QR code technology with our products so that you can know the name of the artisans or from where the product is coming from, or we are following fair labor policy or not. So during COVID, our operations got crippled, but we made some handloom cloth masks after the Center for Disease Control direction, and our artisan made more than 2 lakh rupees of sold more than 2 lakh rupees worth of masks through Brahmaputra Fables. So this is our team. I looked after the business development. Bhaskar looks after the marketing and sales, and Kaushik looks after the logistics. These are some of our designers, creative head from Mizoram and creative head from Manipur. Our advisors include mentors from IIM Kolkata Innovation Park, Sushita Sharma ma'am from PwC India, and Shalabh Mittal sir from School for Social Entrepreneurs India. So in social impact, we have generated grassroots employment. We have improved rural livelihood. We are reviving endangered craft by training youths how crafts making is a sustainable source of income. And we have impacted more than 10,000 lives across Northeast India. So our traction is we are digital integration of more than 3,100 artisans. Our clients includes PwC, the Great British Museum, India Post, IOCL. We have completed 4,000 plus B2C and 25 plus B2B orders. We have completed our pilot model of Fable store at 4 different cities. Brands like Red and Visa are partnering with us, and we have shipped products across India, USA, UK, Australia, Italy, and Canada, etc. So in our roadmap, we want to integrate more artisans. Our products are now available at Crate Club, which is an exclusive club from 3 million premium customer. We are integrating blockchain technology in the next 6 months, and we are launching tech-enabled kiosks. So in recognition, recently Facebook recognized us and put us in their billboards across India, across airports. We have won social startup competition at IIT Guwahati. We are runners-up at Enabling Northeast Award, and we were finalists at Arunachal Pradesh Social Entrepreneurship Meet. And these are some of the media which covered us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhruva. Juries for the Q&A session.
So maybe Mr. Sen this time first.
Okay, right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Thanks a lot. Yes, I think, do we have the speaker? This was Dhruva.
Yes,
Dhruva, right.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, it is.
Okay, Dhruva, right. Thank you so much for a good presentation. And one thing I would like to understand that when you were talking of blockchain technology in your growth plan,
yes, sir.
So I don't know what is blockchain. I mean, like I've not used blockchain, right?
Okay.
But yet I want to be like in some way associated, suppose, with your ecosystem. I want to purchase products from your system.
Yes, sir.
And how does these two integrate? Like, what is this blockchain mechanism that you're talking of in your business?
Yes, sir. So like for our conscious customers who wants to know who made their product, is there a fair labor policy or not? Is like the money is getting back to the artisans, or is it like eaten by the middleman?
Okay.
So for this kind of things only, we are bringing in this blockchain technology where you can retrace the supply chain, like from where the product is coming from, who is making this product, who is the delivery guys involved, how Brahmaputra Fables is involved, how much money the artisan is making while you are buying a 1,000 rupee product from Brahmaputra Fables. And that artisan will also know that you are sitting in London and you are buying the products from a village from Manipur.
Right. Okay. And how do you think, again, my same question, which I have been asking a couple of previous participants, that to sell a product, we already have a lot of existing platforms, right?
Yes, sir.
So do you feel that with the existing platforms, the prevailing problems which are there, is it that only Brahmaputra Fables have been able to identify those problems, or is there something more that you feel is different? What is it?
Sir, mostly like what we have identified, like we have Amazon Karigar program, we have Flipkart Samart program for artisans for Northeast India. Like now Amazon also launched a Northeast Digital Spotlight or something. So the thing is like for solving the problems in the grassroots level, in the artisans level. So there are so many few marketplaces which are artisans friendly. Like in Brahmaputra Fables, any artisans can come and sell their products. We look after their compliances and all. But if you want to sell with Amazon, or if you want to sell with Flipkart, like other platforms which are competing like us, or some other e-commerce platform which are dealing with home decor or handicrafts products, so they are asking for these mandatory compliances. They are emailing the artisans and which they don't know of. So we are this is a human behavior problem, human psychology problem. Like for all the other states, it's like the artisans are smart. They are making money out of the products. They are selling the products they want to sell. But in Northeast India, the artisans does not want to sell your products like if it requires so many compliances. So we are really solving in the grassroots level where we identified this problem of like there is a lack of artisan friendly marketplaces. So that's where we came into being.
Right. One final question, and then I would definitely pass this on to ma'am. Dhruva is a lot of artisans nowadays, I don't know whether you are aware of it, we find that their younger generations,
yes, sir.
They don't find enough motivation to carry on the family skills or the the work that the family has been doing traditionally, because they
yes,
want
sir.
to maybe travel out of the locality, go to other places. How does Brahmaputra Fable, have you factored in that problem? That do you understand that how do you sustain these artisans longer, so that because artisans will come and go, but the art form has to exist, right?
Yes, sir. So the first thing to sustain the artisan is like the money. Like money must come from Brahmaputra Fables. So we are encouraging them, like we are like selling their products, so they are earning money. But like as you said, like from 3,000 artisans, some are not making money also. So how we are like sustaining them is we are tying up with governments and we are bringing some life insurances, like one YC backed startup, some Bima Zero or something. They are also tying up with us so that we can provide them child education, health insurance like that. So we are tying up with governments and corporates so that they can get other tangible benefits, not only selling products at Brahmaputra Fables.
Right. Thank you so much. Over to ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so Dhruvo, great work.
Yes,
so I have a few questions. Number one,
yes,
that what about your competitors? Is there any competitor who are doing in the same field? Do you have any idea on them?
Yes, ma'am. Like when I started in 2017, there were like every day there was a Brahmaputra Fables was like born. So like it's been 4 years in this journey. So yeah, like when you like stay in a battle for a long time, so like that's how you win, I guess. Because I can see now like they are setting.
What is your strategy? What is your strategy? How unique is your strategy to compete them?
Like, yeah, so the unique strategy is like we are bringing this consciousness for the conscious shoppers, like transparency in the supply chain, which is the like which will be the first of kind in Northeast India, or like mostly in India, because people are not using blockchain technology or transparency in this sustainable fashion. So that's one. A second one is we are bringing in the artisan by giving them other tangible benefits, not only the sales from Brahmaputra fables. So that is the second, to the retention of artisans. And third is like the best supply chain, like which we are doing it for the past 2 to 3 years.
But regarding the supply chain, Dhruvo, that
Yes,
you
yes,
told that you don't manage any inventory, but when
yes,
you
we don't
connect
manage
with the
any inventory.
yeah, but when you connect with the artisans in the very far from the cities, then it will take time to deliver the thing to the customer. So how do you manage this? Then I think this is a critical zone for you.
Yes, ma'am. So like mostly in Northeast India right now, with the emergence of delivery and India Post, so the maximum time it takes from shipping from a remote village of Manipur to any metro, like most of our customers, as I said, are in tier 1 cities of India. So connecting those customers to remote artisan also takes us maximum 10 days, not more than that. So we are always working on that logistics part only, because that's the most important part in our supply chain.
How many team members you have at this moment, core team member?
So in
I mean, not only the founder, but the work along with the workers.
Total 13 employees.
Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you, Dhruvo.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Dhruva. We'll move
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next startup then. We have Divya Jyoti Nath from Impact Viewer. Divya Jyoti, you are here?
Hi, yes, I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah.
Is my screen visible to all?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Hi, I'm Divya Jyoti, the founder at Impact Weaver. And I have an extensive experience of working with the nonprofits and corporates working in the development sector. And here at Impact Weaver, we are in a mission to create transformative social change with the multi-stakeholders partnerships. Over the course of time and study, we realized that there are lots of challenges and key problems for the grassroots organizations who are working for the community development. So few of the major challenges are lack of digitalization of the services. Then this is an unstructured sector. They have lack of adequate workforce, and mostly they are unaware of the latest changes and amendments in terms of policies or any other rules and regulation. And fundraising has been one of the biggest challenges for all the grassroots organizations. So here we come into action to cater the needs by creating a platform to connect the stakeholders in developmental actions. And these are the customer segment, that is corporates, government, NGOs, and other impact investors or change makers. So looking into the market, as per the MCA portal, India has its average CSR expenditure of around 21,000 crores per year. And even if we look into the everyday giving market of India, the study shows that the informal market is of around 30,000 crore, and the formal structure is of around 3.3K crores. So across the globe, there are around 10 millions of NGOs, and India itself has around 3.2 millions. And in Northeast, there are around 6,000 NGOs. And right now, we can see that number of mobile users or the penetration of mobile has increased by 50%. And this is a trend, a rising trend. And as per the latest report of the SDG index, which has been released by Niti Aayog this year, and we see that most of the northeastern states fall at the bottom of the list, So right now, our aim is to create this entire checkboxes into blue. So in order to tackle all those problems, we came up with a solution to create a one-stop solution for all the services. So where we'll be providing them the digital media services, IT services. So basically it's a tech-based platform where they'll be able to collaborate, network, raise fund, that is a crowdfunding, look for partnership, and also providing them a platform to harness knowledge, providing learning and development. And so our marketing strategy will be like any other organization, reaching out to the prospects through email campaign and network. So whatever available channels are there, and next networking through one-to-one talks, free demos, and other ways of client acquisition. So our go-to-market strategy is that right now we are in the phase 1 where we are providing the services to the NGOs, building a user base, and our product is being developed. And at the same time, we are developing our community, and lots of project design and developments are happening around the strategic interventions. And right now the goal is to cover the Northeast region as much as possible. And in the next couple of months, we are getting into the phase 2 where we are targeting to onboard 300 plus NGOs and creating 100 profiles in our MVP, and gradually enter the Indian market. And in the next phase, we are looking for releasing the product market fit and entering into the global market, and thereby onboarding 1,000 plus NGOs in our platform. And as of now, we have started off with paid assignments from the NGOs, understanding the nuanced challenges at the grassroots, and taking all this into account, and obviously giving them maximum return on the social investment. And at the end, the idea is to deliver them with an intuitive, technology-driven platform to cater all the needs of NGOs.
Last 30 seconds.
And looking into the team, I'll just say one thing, that we are the right mix of technology and the social work. So this is how we bring this diversity. So I'm from the community development and business development background, and then we have creative director, developer, who is looking into the technology development, and then we have project developer who is covering all the aspects of project delivery and R&D works. And at last, these are some of the USP. And I'll move to the next slide. So as of now, we have built up a community of 100 plus NGOs across Northeast, and there is a client base of 10 plus. And we have actually registered very recently. It's been only 2 months that we are on the ground. And prior to that, we were working on, we worked in different segments. And so this is how
I have to stop
that's all.
Sure.
Thank you.
Jury, if you have any questions.
So,
right. Ma'am, go ahead, please.
So I have a question. So how, as you told that you have started 2 months back, no? Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
So it was officially registered 2 months back. And we started this year itself, in the month of 15th April. From 15th April, we are working full-fledgedly. And prior to that, I had the experience of working in this domain for a long time.
Okay. So, how do you convince the people, your customer on this?
So
why they should come to your platform?
Because we bring them the right mix of technology and social work, because that's our USP. This is what I would say.
Do they really need this, or?
They need it, because most of, if you see the reports also, in India, its accounts, there are 3.3 million NGOs, but only if you see the structured organization, there are around 1.2 or 1.3 millions. So there is a huge gap. And also not even millions, 1.2 or 1.3 lakhs, because this is what statistics says. So there is a very huge difference. And mostly this is not happening because of digital literacy, the lack of digital literacy and lack of the knowledges, and also getting them connected. So here we actually create convergence and basically connecting the dots.
Are you targeting a specific type of NGOs or any NGOs?
all the NGOs. And obviously we are targeting the mid-size and small NGOs because they are the grassroots organizations who are like not getting all the benefits and not able to leverage all the available resources.
Okay, so Mr. Sen, please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Dibajyoti, thanks for your pitch. Would like to understand that most of the non-profits, the social organizations, and at the grassroots level, specifically the small and the mid-size that you highlighted, they have this perpetually pressing problem of funding. Does your organization, with your philosophy of work, in any ways, will they be able to solve that problem for the organizations at the grassroots level?
Exactly. So this is what we are trying to address at mostly, because the last mile delivery, this is what we are looking into. And in order to do that, we have to build up a community. So that is like when there will be a collective effort. So this is why we are building up this community, and it's called Northeast Development Network. And as of now, we have 100+ NGOs. And we are running multiple programs for them where they are learning different ways of fundraising, starting storytelling, and giving them all the exposures which are required for organization development. I'll say in broadly, it's about organization development. And apart from it, we are also trying to connect them with various funding sources, like we are doing their profiling. So that app that or the web application that we are developing right now, this is to tackle few of those challenges. Like just imagine you have your LinkedIn profile, and within a click of a button, that profile gets converted into a website. So those are the kind of thing which will be followed by KPI-based project monitoring, then coming to the volunteering, because we have two logins. One is for the NGOs, another for the change makers. Like I can see for the volunteering opportunities, the NGOs will be able to create fundraisers. So this is the overall picture. Like that's a very different discussion coming to the entire product. So this is how we are planning to tackle it. And obviously we'll go it phase by phase. As of now, we just want to create a platform, onboard them, give them the services. Like offline services are happening. Mostly we see they are facing challenge with content development, with the project development. Then there are lots of such problems. Like there are so many like technical issues. They don't have educated workforce, like because everything is been happening online, and they don't get that employees, or like they don't know how to apply for the projects, how to write a draft, grant writing, and also they are handicapped in that way. And this is where we want to solve those with an intuitive technology which can help them. And obviously as a team, we'll try to help them out as much as possible.
Right. Okay. One more question is, you call yourself Impact Weaver. Can you just reiterate the Weaver part of it? Like what is it about? Like the weaver is basically weaving in, right? Okay.
So the meaning goes like story weaver, like wo bunna. Right. So like impact ko bunna. So this is like how we are creating this change. So usi sense ko like we wanted to represent with the weaving.
Right. And what is that specific impact that you're trying to create once more for all of us?
So it's around the SDGs. We are working around the framework of SDG 2030, and we are trying to cover all this. And obviously the partnership and development is one of the key aspect for us.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Divyajyoti. We'll quickly move on to our next startup. We are behind schedule. We have Sumit Barua from Unisense.
Hi, quick question. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, and wait a second. And is my screen visible right now?
Yes, clearly.
Okay, so I'll be presenting. So good evening, everyone. I'm Sumit Barua, co-founder of Unisense, and today I'll be presenting about one of our product lineup, which is called Zentrail, a protective and functional wear with live monitoring of vital cell location. Before moving on to the product, what are the needs we're addressing? So according to a WHO report, 1.7 million annual deaths occur in workplace and 268 million non-fatal injuries occur with at least 3 days of work break. Yes, this is a big deal, and definitely lots of work has been done in it. But the immediate response that we get in this type of solution is that we make protective wear. The protective wear market is very big. It's expected to be $92.86 billion by 2027, with an annual growth rate of 7.4 CAGR. But what else can be added in protective wear? Can we add something, a sense of security where the person has been monitored, his health or his or her health or vitals are being tracked? So the solution we have offered is a suit that conveys all the industrial needs along with a customized housing that fits the sensor array, which will be monitoring all the health vitals and atmospheric readings, and also will be monitoring the live location whenever the person is working on field. So this is how the prototype of our suit looks like. It is made for one of the hazardous construction environment. And this is the schematic diagram of how we have placed the sensors inside the suit. We have two full wearable sleeve and one vest. And this is the working prototypes dashboard. And this is how it looks like. So right now we have actually gone for exhaustive research with National Disaster Response Force, and we are in early talks with Oil India Limited. But we are not limited to that. The hazardous industries have massive opportunity to be tapped, and even providing extra minute to the healthcare worker or the doctors who are there to save lives of people trapped in hazardous environment can mean a lot. And that's where we come in. And I believe this is a massively scalable and versatile product that can be implemented in lots of industries. So talking about competition, we don't have direct competition as such, but yes, there are already existing conventional suits of multiple grades. And there are Fitbits, but obviously Fitbits or other health devices allow you to observe your own vitals and readings. But this is our product is all about giving you a sense of security, a hassle-free solution where you don't have to worry about yourself. Rather, you will be assured that there is a person looking after you and also an automated system that takes care of everything that's need to be taken care of. Now we have a revenue model of two tier. One from the direct sales of the product, the hardware, and second is the sensor network and dashboard service providing. And at present, we have a very conservative numbers. We are considering we are planning to take 10% of the market share of Assam. And considering that this is the 3-year projection of the revenue model. And yes, as I've said, it's a very conservative number, and once deployed and validated, this can be replicated in anywhere in India or even world. And this is definitely a largely scalable and impact generating model, I believe. So the go-to-market strategy consists of reach, interest, and conversion, and also retaining the client. We are not going to like sell it and we are done. No, absolutely not. We definitely believe in that this product needs consistent monitoring and this one more monitoring and this one annual maintenance, because someone's life literally depends on it. And I believe this needs to be done with professionalism, and that's why we have the 3-tier sales funnel. And talking about fundraising, on this particular lineup, we have been working. Right now we have completed and tested the prototype in multiple space. Right now we are developing the industrial grade circuit. We are planning to expand our distribution channel, and we are also in early phase talks with multiple grants and in early phase investment. And yes, a crazy product like this would definitely require a crazy team. So this is the team, the band of misfits, I would say. So it consists of engineers, designers, marketing experts, people who have worked in spheres like Adobe, Google, and multiple. Every one of us have worked in different startup ecosphere. And talking about Zentrail, we have invested 2.5 years. And apart from this team, we have already secured some of the MOUs from production facilities and tech facilities, and also distribution, so that we get a proper and secure distribution channel once we get the things done. And once we get the clearance, yes, it's a long-term process and we have to go along with multiple clearances and everything. But once those things are secure, we want the distribution channel to be in place. So with that, I would be wrapping up my quick pitch, and over to you, judges. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sumit. Yes, juries.
Ma'am, please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, so I have few questions. Number one, what about the regulatory approvals? Have you already received this?
No, yes, ma'am. That's what I was saying. Regulations and approval, there are a lot. Talking about whether it's the API or whether it's regional or national. So we are working simultaneously towards it, so that once we are not restricting ourselves, that we'll be stopping with the regulations and then go ahead. But again, there is another model. The PPE suits, they come in 4 tiers, class A, B, C, and D, depending upon the hazardous environment. So we have another module which actually fits with already existing regulatory model of the wearables, and it's just you have to strap in the vital monitoring system. And yes, that would also require the regulations to be passed, but yes, we have to produce the industrial grade and secure the regulations.
Have you received any grant or any investors ready to invest in your project?
Initially, right now we are recognized by Startup Assam, and grant, yes, we might be receiving like some. We are in early talks, and yes, even investment we are in certain early talks, but we haven't received right now. But things are looking a bit promising, in the investment segment. Hopefully, we'll be.
Are you interested to apply any government grant?
Absolutely, ma'am. That's
okay.
Definitely.
Please contact me as soon as possible. Okay?
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And what is your scale-up strategy? I mean, as you told that for the production you have connected with some other people. I mean, will it be what to say? Any other company who will just produce your things and
no, ma'am. Designs which we are producing. So there will be 2 designs. Of course, the first will be the go-to-market. This one, the first MVP, it will be having the GSM and GPS module, and the second one, which we are giving the big plan, it's about the point-to-point communication. Why we are keeping it as second phase? Because point-to-point communication requires infrastructure upgrade in the company itself. So that will be in the second tier. But for the MVP, we have designed the entire circuit and even research on the clothing, the fabric, and everything. With all the designs in hand and design registration in hand, we have approached to production facilities. For sensors, we have tied up with one Bangalore-based facilities. Will be producing the sensors as per our design. And for clothing, we have tied up with one of the Gujarat-based facilities. They will be producing as per the requirement of the housing, let's the housing or the clothing usage. So these are the few tie-ups, and the assembly lineup we have right now in Assam or Guwahati only.
Okay. So thanks, Sumit. That's all from my side. Sir, please go ahead.
Hi, Sumit. Thank you for the pitch. Just wanted to know the ones who will be using your suit, in due course of time, like it could be, I was imagining like a mine worker,
yes.
Right? Or say in Rajasthan, and just like trying to understand the safety and the hazards.
Absolutely, sir.
Do you think that they're going to accept your technology if it's given to them, or is there a plan of conditioning them, or is there a training mechanism? Even like, say, you mentioned about the sensories, which will have like a back-end understanding, and I believe there might be like a requirement of an operator who is like monitoring it, right? So will your model cover those parts also of, say, training or sensitizing people about the acceptance level, or have you thought about it?
Yes, sir, absolutely. So as I've said, our first research started with National Disaster Response Force, and the second was with Oil India. So the first thing first is that we cannot go it on an individual level. Rather, it has to go from an organizational level. So if someone, a mines of Dhanbad or wherever we are looking for, we have to approach them on an organizational level for their safety. The organization should ensure their safety, and it will be a procurement or investment on behalf of the organization. Second question for you was that the monitoring part. So it's a 2-tier monitoring. One, we have a pre-trained, we are training this one, the baseline of all the health that needs to be done. So it's a automated system. So if there's a flux in any one's health, heartbeat depletes or something like that, or whether it's galvanic skin response, or whether it's the temperature or oxygen level or anything, it depletes, it will ping, and definitely that can be rechecked by the operator who is sitting there. And yes, we have to train the operator, not the workers. The workers will be wearing the suit as it is. It won't have any functional difference. It will just add a chip on their the frontal part. which they won't even know that it exists. But yes, there will be a exhaustive and trainings program that needs to be done in the monitoring part and how we respond to all the different messages that are being pinged from the system. So I hope I have answered both the questions.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. I think that's all from me.
Okay.
Thank you, Sumit. Let's quickly move on to our next startup. It's Ryum Innovations Private Limited, and we have Ricky and Cholita from Ryum Innovations.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, and you can see my screen as well?
Yes.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Ricky, and I am the co-founder at Ryum. We are empowering creators and brands to print their own t-shirt from home in HD quality. So screen printing is a billion-dollar industry globally, and 90% of the cotton t-shirts are printed using the screen printing method. So let's meet Ruben and Nongsang. Both of them are artists in their own way. Ruben has a small clothing brand in Manipur, and Nongsang is a YouTuber. And both of them want to print their own merchandise by themselves. But when they want to do that, they come across many problems like no proper training institute, bulky, expensive, and complex machine, unorganized supply chain of inks and accessories with no information about what the product is about. And also the industry is mostly focused on MSME and large factories. So let's say if anybody wants to start screen printing, they have to literally start from scratch with no help from anywhere. So this is the current state of the machine right now. This is a 6-color manual machine. As you can see, it is very complex. It requires a very skilled person to operate this and needs a lot of space and plus investments. So our solution with our 10 years of experience in this field is to provide an advanced level screen printing training, both online and offline, and provide a personal screen printing machine environment and organize the unorganized supply chain of screen printing inks and accessories with proper information and guidance. So that's why we innovated world's first multicolor screen printing machine, and this can print any image onto t-shirt with onto t-shirts and other merchandise as well. So you can achieve the high level quality with this machine, and with our training, anybody now can start printing by themselves from home. So why now, right? So every content creator in the world sells t-shirt to earn extra revenue, and printing by themselves is one of the most challenging part. So we make those individuals realize the dream with the help, with the creation, with the innovations we have in our hand, and plus the experience that we have. So it is a multi-billion market, as you can see, and it's about to grow to even further in the coming years. And our competitions right now, we are first in the market, so we don't have a direct competitions. But if we have to compare with the traditional machine, our machine requires less space, it's more accurate, it does not require any setup time. It is unlimited of colors. That means you don't need to worry about how many colors of print you want to do, and it is the most value for money. And against the digital machine, it's way more affordable. You don't need any maintenance. The print cost is much more cheaper, and it's versatile to print many effects rather than the flat print which you achieve from the digital print. So we are a direct-to-consumer business company, and we are going to generate revenue through our machines, online and offline class, and we provide tech support for people those who want to know further, and also supply of materials. And our traction so far, actually, we launched an offline class on March of this year, and there were a couple of students who came, and we sold about 4 machines while still in prototype stage, and already 4 of them are now working, and they are already printing. So the earlier Nongsang and Ruben, they were part of the first batch which we taught them how to screen print, and they're doing their business right now. And in April, there was lockdown. As you know, that Assam had lockdown, so we had to close down our class. But we started uploading videos in YouTube about our product and what it can be done, and we started demonstrating complex design with high HD quality prints. So we were able to reach out to global market, and many leads came through our machine. We already closed down three leads from our YouTube channel. In fact, we have a class tomorrow.
Last 30 seconds.
Yeah, in fact, we have a class tomorrow. Two students are coming all the way from Orissa, and we are going to teach them how to do this. So yeah, so we have already injected 4 lakhs, and these are our realistic revenue that we expect in the next 3 years. And our go-to-market at this current stage, we are really trusting YouTube, and this is where our customers are. And this is the roadmap. We are going to launch our online and all the ink accessories by this month, end of this month, and launch our machine in November. And this is me. I'm the co-founder of this our company. I have 10 years of experience in this industry. I studied fashion in Singapore. I worked there and studied for 7 years. And my wife and my co-founder and the CFO of our company has 6 years of banking experience in HR. And she studied her MBA from Don Bosco University. And she also worked with ICICI and Axis Bank.
Ricky, I'm sorry, I have to stop you. Yeah. We can go to the jury for Q&A.
Mr. Sen, please go ahead.
Right. Ricky, thank you for the presentation. And I was looking at your machine, and of course, like, looks very compact and innovative from what you showed us from the existing traditional setup. Right. And you have also been highlighting a lot about your economical approach using YouTube as a channel to market.
Yes.
I would like to...
At this stage.
Yes, at this stage. I would like to understand, Ricky, how eco-friendly is your machine?
Eco-friendly as into the environment?
Yes, if I may ask that question.
So so garment printing, well, there are a lot of inks available in the market which are eco-friendly, like water-based inks. So we give trainings for all those various kinds of inks to use. So it's really depend on our customers or our students to which one they pick.
Okay, right. So
as far as our machine is concerned, this does not affect the environment.
Right. But like, we're just kind of concerned about the print that's getting used in case, like, this becomes a question for you, in your days way forward. The second question, Ricky, would be like, you spoke about the t-shirt printing market. So how are you planning to position yourself, like, with the machine? Like, are you looking at, like, what size of companies or corporates from the apparel industry do you intend to tie up with to start off? What is your plan with the collaborations we can highlight?
Okay, so basically right now, what is the situation is that, like I said, if an individual want to start how to screen print, right? So there is no market for, there is nobody doing it. So right now the industry is focused on SMEs and the large factories. So that is where all the all those secrets are hidden. So nobody's teaching those to the public, right? So this is where the problem is. So like, let's say if I'm a designer, or if I want to start my own clothing brand, right? So there is no scope for screen printing. I have to either buy a expensive digital machine or outsource it to other people to do my job. But that's a problem for me because I don't have to control the quality, and it's expensive because I'm starting my own new setup. So I have a lot of designs, but I don't want to order in so much of quantity. I just have, want to order in few pieces, but that becomes a cost factor. So that is the most problem for all the creators in the world, not just India, but globally. And that is what we have been getting all these comments in our YouTube. that how can we get your machines, right? People are asking from US, from Canada, but right now we are not ready to export it because we are still in the prototype stage, and it's also really about our image. So yeah, so there is the state right now.
Right. Over
So
to
we
you,
are
ma'am. Thank you
targeting,
so
yeah,
much.
yes, we are targeting the individual, not the SMEs or like that.
Right,
So
right,
it's
right.
like
Thanks.
personal screen printing, like personal computer or personal screen printing. Yeah.
Right, right. Thanks a lot, Ricky. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, Ricky. So
Yes.
nice presentation, but I have a question that the students who are coming to you, they are your customers who are purchasing the machine and then they are getting training, or other than that, the students?
Well, most of our students are already doing business, like they have their own clothing brand, but currently they're outsourcing it to other people to print, right? So
Okay.
they want to control that quality thing by printing by themselves. And screen printing is, like I said in my earlier slide, that it produces 90% of printed t-shirts globally, right? And this is the industry standard. And most of the print that you see in the local markets, the digital one, those are like one-time also. So there are a lot of quality issues. So these students, those who themselves are having their own startup, so they are the ones that we are targeting. So
So
this.
Ricky, you are targeting only t-shirt printing, okay? And the people who will purchase your machine, they will be able to print only t-shirt. And as you show that your, I mean, as per I remember that, I mean, primary model is maybe 13 point something K, and maybe the high end is near about 40K. So the people who will purchase your machines, this is one time purchase only. Yes, so 45K and above, so this is one time purchase, okay? And then what I feel, that market saturation will come very soon. So how will deal, because they will buy the machine from you and they will print the t-shirt and sell it in the market. So for them the competition will come, because more people will purchase machine from you, more people will come to the market that with printed t-shirt. So for there also there will be huge competition, and then at a time the people will stop to, I mean, you won't get any more customer because market saturation will be there. So how do you, I mean, how do
Well,
you
uh,
solve this issue?
yes, obviously, ma'am, I have thought about it. So it's not about the machine. If our entire business model is about giving the education, right? And machine is one of our product. So it is, yes, the question that you have raised has a valid point. But if you look at it, even there are so many print on demands, right? There are so many competitions in this market. But this is what we really want to saturate from the market, that existing industry, right? So you print by yourself, and then whatever you are doing is for yourself, right? So that's why we said we are targeting the creators and brands, not the people who wants to do business. So business in the sense like customization business. So our target is mainly for the artists, for the brand owners, for small brand owners, for the creative people, those who want to do and make their own product and sell it to their own audiences. So this is what our target is. So this is what is missing in the entire industry right now. So all
So
this.
how do you face the challenge by the companies who are just getting the design over internet and printing it and send it to the customer? So they are also a very big challenge for you, I think. And at the
Uh,
same time, since you are only targeting the t-shirt, I think it is, I mean, maybe very difficult to sustain. So please have a
well,
think
it's
on
our
this.
machine, ma'am. It can print not only t-shirts but any flat surface. It can print on paper. It can print on any kind of flat surface. It's not only t-shirts. But the main issue here is not about what you call about the thing that you have mentioned, but it's about the we are not really competing with the print on demand, because that is totally again a different ball game. So ours is about artists. any famous artist in the world, they have a screen printing studio, right?
Okay.
And India
And
don't have much kind of understanding about what is this about. So that is why we're getting a lot of leads from overseas at this moment.
okay, so that's all from my side. Thanks, Ricky.
All right. Perfect.
Thank you, Ricky. There is one request to all the pitchers who are left. If you could be precise with your answers, and even to the jury, if you could wrap up the Q&A within 5 minutes, it would be really helpful because we are running really short on time. Okay. So we will move on to our next startup, which is Bikozi Ecotech Private Limited, and we have Sumit Das from Bikozi Ecotech. Yeah. Ricky, if you could stop sharing your screen. Yeah.
Yeah, hi everyone. Is the screen visible?
Yes, Sumit.
Okay. So, namaskaram everyone. I'm Sumit and I shall be presenting to you Bikozi Ecotech Private Limited. The planet and entire humanity is facing a crisis. The pandemic has affected millions of lives and businesses, but it has also brought about a huge revolution of digital commerce. Now, this is where Bikozi comes in. We provide third-party logistics fleet services for hyperlocal e-commerce businesses on electric two-wheelers. E-commerce clients pay us an average of $1.1 per order with savings on fuel expenses. We provide on-demand last-mile delivery services with shared or dedicated fleet. We are considering 20% of East India market as our beachhead market with a customer base of 500 SMEs. That's a $4 million market of cloud kitchens, home bakers, and digital stores. There are around 10 lakh commercial two-wheelers operating in India. And considering 20% of the market, that is 2 lakh two-wheelers, is a $1,600 million market. The global last mile delivery market is growing at a CAGR of 8.9% and is projected to be $66,000 million by 2026. For majority of the online stores, logistics management is a challenging task, and the ever-rising fuel expenses has added to the challenge of fleet management. With our solution, businesses will be saving up to rupees 25 per order on fuel expenses and with end-to-end logistics management services. Bikozi is providing a SaaS platform with API integration features for online stores to digitally switch their logistics to EV fleet with our intelligent, patentable, IoT-enabled fleet management system. So the solution that we provide here is a one-stop platform where we onboard our delivery executives by providing them with electric two-wheelers without any upfront cost from their own. This is the platform where the businesses B2B customers could be taking up on-demand delivery, scheduled delivery, and also cost-effective deliveries. So the way that we implement the vehicles into the fleet is that of a e-mobility aggregator service. So this is where the OEMs and different fleet managers will be able to lease out and sell their electric vehicles into the platform. Our business model has three revenue sources. One is the pay-per delivery, which we are charging at 35 rupees base fare up to 3 kilometer. And beyond 3 kilometer, it's 10 rupees 80 paisa. Our second service is the monthly subscription of the digital stores that we are providing to the enterprises. And the third service is that of a monthly subscription of electric vehicles for those stores who want just the vehicle as a part of their fleet. This is our approach towards the market, where we are moving into all the 5 elements of affiliate, social media, and referral marketing. We are crowdfunding electric two-wheelers through investment opportunities of electric mobility for climate offset by different organizations. And we are trying to scale up by onboarding as many local small and medium enterprises by offering them affordable and reliable delivery solutions. We calculate our impact for the next 1 year in 20% of our beachhead market, in which we are targeting 10,000 orders per day. And with 666 electric two-wheelers, we would be able to generate 700 plus employments in the last mile delivery sector. And we would be saving up to 1,844 tons of CO2 emissions per annum.
Last 45 seconds.
As we can see, the solution has a very large impact on the emissions. So this is our team, and we have a common goal to promote commercial utilization of electric mobility to generate green employment opportunities for the economically marginalized communities. We have been working and having various experiences in different government and corporate organizations. And right now we are working towards making it a feasible idea. We have few accreditations where we have been selected as winners of NERES and Mighty Tide 2.0. We have been incubated by IIE, Assam Startup, and Downtown Venture Labs. Yeah, so that's all from our end. Thank you for your time.
Ma'am, you can kindly go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I have few questions. So are you based in Guwahati or any other place?
We are currently operational only in Guwahati, ma'am.
And what is your target? Do you want to try, or do you want to expand your business in any other cities?
Yes, definitely, ma'am. We are having a very fixed kind of a timeline as to when and which of the cities we'll be targeting. We are basically focusing on moving across through the tier 2 cities initially, and as these cities has a much better growth of these kind of services, so that's how we are projecting.
So is there any charging stations in Guwahati, and what you are thinking about this charging, because it's a big problem for electric vehicles?
Yes, ma'am. So that was one of our largest and most challenging part for the setting up the infrastructure for charging. So thankfully, the government of Assam has come ahead with the initiative of the electric vehicle policy, and we have also tied up with different providers of charging stations. So very soon we will be having at least in a ratio sufficient enough for our fleet to be operating in a battery swapping kind of a environment.
So I think, I mean, in this regard, it is really difficult to expand in other cities rather than metro cities, especially in Northeast. So please think of it. And another thing is that how do you connect, or who is actually your customer? You are directly connecting to the customer, or you are connecting to any business house who are utilizing your things?
Yeah, ma'am. So we are a B2B enterprise, and the platform that we have designed is also custom made for only B2B clients. So these are the small businesses who place their orders directly. So now there is an option wherein the businesses can take a particular software solution from us to address their last mile customers. But for us, the orders are placed by the businesses itself.
Okay, so that's all from my side. Thank you, Sumit.
Thank you, ma'am. Sumit, just one question, because quite a few questions on my mind have been asked by ma'am. Like, say, once you get recognized through the Misfit platform, and you achieve the type of milestone that you are looking forward from this platform, be it funding or whichever way we look at it. What is the next step exactly? Like you mentioned about like connecting with tier 2 cities, and you also spoke of your in your presentation about the last mile delivery support. But don't you think that in metropolitan cities, last mile delivery support is much more than the tier 2 cities? What is your understanding of the tier 2 cities plan?
Yeah, sir. Thank you for the question. So what we have observed from our experience during the pilot phase in Guwahati is that mostly these are the small businesses and medium businesses who are currently already onboarded with few of the different platforms for their deliveries and all those stuffs. But now these are the businesses who are actually bringing on the growth. So what we have observed is that in terms of tiers 2 cities, it's much more easier for us to address these challenges, and that is where the real change can be brought about. And it is not that we would be containing ourselves only to the tier 2 cities, but the aim is to go beyond that. But what from our observation of the entire ecosystem, we have been able to figure out that tier 2 cities would be a much better response in terms of these small businesses who have recently come onto the digital platforms, and they are also having a very good trajectory of growth. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sumit. We'll move on to our next team. We have Udit from Startup Mesentro.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Let me share my screen. So my screen is visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, my name is Dr. Udip Kaishap. I am representing Mecantro today. And today I'm going to talk about our novel technology. It's based on pipeline leakage detection system, and that we have developed indigenously in IIT Bombay. So Mecantro is basically an IIT Bombay startup. And we have taken the initial problem statement from Duliajan, Assam, where we happen to met with few officials from Assam Gas Company Limited and also NRL. So talking about our problem statement is that there are pipelines, gas pipelines all throughout the metro cities as well as few towns in Upper Assam like Duliajan. Now the problem is when there is a movement of vehicles, that these pipelines are onto a cyclic stress, and therefore these pipelines go for a failure, and the failure may bring about a hazardous situation where the the commercial place may get into fire, or there may be a forest fire. So the whatever the technology currently available are all imported technology, and the main problem with these technologies are they are very costly. So therefore giants like NRL or Indian Oil, they are not able to put monitoring system throughout the uh, you know uh, throughout the pipeline. Therefore we thought of developing something that is made in India, and finally we will to develop something which is only at a 10% cost of whatever the solution present in the market. So this pipeline detection system consists of strips. These strips are fixed along the pipeline, and the physics behind is it detects with the value of self capacitance, and this does not require any external power to work. So that is the great, because it is what we need in a developing country like India. So this is the module that we have developed in IIT Bombay, and here you can see the strips where we have used copper as well as aluminum. And the best part is that it goes with the current whatever system we have in this pipeline systems, and it does not affect with this cathodic protection that they usually do for longevity of the pipelines, and therefore it can do a real-time analysis, and it satisfies the zone 1 uh, environment that is required. And we have already completed the proof of concept. We have also filed a patent. We have also published a research article. And currently, we have also tied up with a company for fabrication of these strips. And the sensing module, which is also have been patented by us, we are currently developing in IIT Bombay lab itself. And we are currently got a contract with NRL where we are going to lay a 100-meter pipeline sensing element, so that that will work as a demo for other market player in the Northeast. And with this thing, we are going to go for a demonstration, and as well as we are going for a full scale implementation of the concept. And talking about this, it is because why it is essential is because the Northeast India is going to get connected with the central gas grid line, which is coming up recently, very recently. It will start from, if I'm not wrong, from Guwahati as well as in Silchar. So in order to take the safety forward, this is the must thing that we have to go. And
last 60 seconds.
Sure. So followed by this, we are also in talk with Shell, and we are going for a pilot implementation in the US, as well as we are also in talk with Innovation Center Denmark, where we are going to implement the same in Denmark. So potential is that with the same infrastructure or the same funds, we can actually satisfy and enhance the safety of the customer. And these are some of the financials. And about the reliability and accuracy, we are at par with whatever the current technology that is available in the market. And this is my team. And thank you.
Ma'am would like to ask
Yeah.
Uddeep some questions.
Thanks, Uddeep. It's a nice presentation. I have a question about the technology. Is it your technology or is it IIT Bombay's technology you have licensed it?
This is my technology. I have developed it.
Who is the owner? I mean, who is the patentee of this technology?
See, when we develop something in IIT Bombay pays for it. So the owner becomes IIT Bombay, and
I
inventor.
know, that's why I am asking you.
Yes, and I am the
So
inventor in the.
have you taken the license from IIT Bombay to work in this technology?
Yes, because I am the inventor in that.
No, even if you are the inventor, you have to take the permission from the IIT Bombay. You have to license it from the IIT,
Yes.
IIT
So
Bombay.
therefore, I have mentioned earlier that we are a campus startup. So we have already done these formalities.
Okay, that's great. So in your team, is your, I mean, PhD guide or any other person from IIT
No,
Bombay?
this is, I'm working here in IIT Bombay. I have done my PhD from NIT Meghalaya. So this is Professor Saha, who is from mechanical department, and Professor Mariam from electrical department. So they are acting as a technical advisor for our startup.
Okay, so this is one thing. IP, I have a question, and the second thing is that you are targeting mainly the big companies. So in my question is it only for gas, only for oil, or for both?
See, we have done, when we have done the experiment, we have done for water, we have done for oil, we have done for air. So we have also approached JICA for implementation of the same. And because currently we are working with the certification for that is required for the clearance that is required for using in the explosive industry. But in water pipelines, this kind of certification is not required. So we are going aggressively with water pipelines currently. And once we get the certification, we'll implement the same. Because in order to get certification in explosive industry, we have to do a pilot, which is we are doing in NRL. So once that thing is done, with that data, we will file for the ATEX certification.
Okay, so that's all from my side.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you, Uddeep, for the pitch. Very interesting product. Just wanted to know if you can just kind of help understand how do you want to approach the large companies. Like, what is your, like, when you get the patents? I would also like to know how long will it take for you to get the patents cleared or the licenses done? Is there like a timeline ahead that you are aware of?
Yeah, actually, talking about the technology, we have also published the technology in one of the reputed journal, and the same thing has been also patented. So the timeline is around 5 years, where I think almost we have completed a year for that. and I think it is already available in the portal site, Indian patents. And what we are looking is that yes, we are been because see, this is a completely new technology, and if I say and if I just put it on words or in video, nobody is going to believe me, because
Right.
these players are something like a giant and a lot of money is involved. So that's why we are going for this pilot implementation, where we'll actually build everything over there in NRL, Numaligarh Refinery Limited in Numaligarh. So other players like AGCL, Indian Oil, everyone will come up there and have have an experience of how the system is working, because that is very, very essential for them. In order to get the technology, they have to see it from their eyes. So that's why we are creating this thing over there. And we have already started the preliminary work for that.
Okay, so it will be like a demonstration site for people
for
to
Northeast,
experience, right?
yes. For Northeast, yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Udip. That's all from me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Udip. Our next team is Team Plate Share Zero Food Wastage, and we have Rajmi from this team. Udip, if you could stop sharing your screen, please. Rajmi, you aren't audible if you are speaking anything.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible. Yes.
I'm so sorry. This is my first time. I'm a bit nervous. Is my pitch visible? I'm asking again.
Yes, please go ahead. No need to be nervous. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, jury, organizers, and my fellow participants. I'm Rajmi from PlateShare. PlateShare is actually a zero food wastage ideology. Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we at PlateShare believe that every kitchen has the capacity to eliminate hunger. All it takes is a proper mindset and a right platform to do so. So we wish to provide a app-based interface and mutual platform where organizers and restaurants, individual kitchen, or anybody with excess surplus amount of eatables which wish to cater at a minimum price or wish to donate food for the underprivileged. So we mainly stand and to provide for the starving section of the society with food that would otherwise hit the dump. So food wastage actually contributes hugely to world population as well, because food wastage builds up a lot in landfills and water bodies, affecting the climatic change. So the reason behind the cause is that at a steady increase, the world hunger is at a rise. And India is also facing the same problem, as despite phenomenal industrial growth and also that India produces sufficient food grains, it is still unable to provide excess food or proper access to food grains or food to the largest section of society, especially women and children. Food wastage also is a strong impact for social change as it builds up at the landfills, as I have mentioned before. So in our region, in Assam, the state government has actually announced to take initiative to end hunger and poverty. They have actually made a very ambitious target to go to 0% from 27.3% of poverty, where food wastage of food is a big contributor. So to fulfill a target as such by the government actually requires a channeling and system interface, which would actually sustainably plan wastage management framework for the society to work with. So here is a glimpse where we see that in Southern Asia, food wastage builds up a lot.
So considering few facts, in India, waste actually comes up, food waste actually comes up to a total of 58,000 crore. And the country is estimated to become more populous, but poverty and hunger is also at a rise in the nation. So how can this cause be supported? Now there is a few things that I have not involved in this slides because I really wanted to convey it directly to the jury. First module that we could work in PlateShare is that we can directly collaborate or member with the catering services or individual kitchens, which are always ending up with surplus leftovers, but rarely has the time or the means to actually make the donations. So whenever they are having surplus amount of food, they can actually schedule food pickups, which we can pick up and deliver to the underprivileged. Secondly, we can do one more thing, that unsold and untouched food eatables at the commercial outlets like restaurants, they actually can sell it out to customers who are looking for discounted price. So just before an hour of the kitchen shutting down, they can actually come online through our platform and sell their unsold food at a very discounted price. That way the food leftover or food surplus will not hit the dump, but the commercial kitchen will also make a money for the surplus food. And
Last 40 seconds.
And the last final thing we wish to do at PlateShare is that stimulate demand for discounted price, which are nearing best before dates. So there are many convenience stores, departmental stores, and many more where they have a large variety of food which might actually hit the dump because they are very much nearing best before dates and don't have the customer as much as the quantity they actually have available in their store. So we can gather customers which are in need of immediate use of those products and get these products to them at a very discounted price. That way it will also help reduce wastage of food, be it grains, canned products, dairy products which are nearing dates. We can discount it, provide them to consumers at a very discounted price. So these three are the main models through which we are trying to work with PlateShare. The main beneficiaries through this program will be the underprivileged. Then we will also cater employment for the people who are actually in need for employment opportunities, and this will also help aid global cause, alleviate hunger. We also wish to help the society by catering in a form of a cloud kitchen will be solely.
Sorry, Rajmi, I have to stop you. You have gone ahead of your team.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, please go ahead.
Right. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, Rajmi, for the pitch.
Yeah.
Couple of simple questions for you. First one is that from a caterer, or imagine like from an event where food is possibly getting wasted.
Yes.
If you have to send that food to the underprivileged or to people who otherwise can't afford the food, as per if I've understood your philosophy.
Yeah.
What is your control over the quality? Because you know food is a constantly biodegradable substance, product. The moment it is cooked, without refrigeration, without storage, preservation, cooked food out in the open or at a party, at an event, it is constantly reducing in its quality of nutrition and everything else.
Yes.
And you are trying to address global hunger issues, which also incorporate so much of nutritional value.
Yes, true that.
How do you balance these two off? Thank you.
So we can actually have food tanks where large storage can be provided for food which are given out in bulk. And if we can immediately address to the issue, and we can actually locate hunger spots where we can deliver the food for the underprivileged. Or else if we are not in immediate need to distribute the food as in there, so we can actually store it in food tanks. So we'll have prescribed locations where food can be stored or hygienically without actually reducing the quality of it.
Okay, thank you. Over to ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So Ramya, I have a very specific question. It's
I'm
very
so
good
sorry,
for
but
the.
I am not hearing your voice properly.
Can you hear me properly? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I have a very specific question that it's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
good for the society. It's very good for the to resolve the hunger. It's
Yeah.
good for the people who donate. But how you will manage the your revenue? Because if you want to go for a food storage, or if you want to go for collection and delivery systems, those employees, how do you pay them? Who, and there are competitors also in this field. So how do you mitigate this issue?
Ma'am, firstly, talking about the competition right now in our region, mostly there is no big organization which are actually taking initiative. There are many which are doing it soullessly. They have started. Actually, I started this on 1st of this month. Okay, I am completely new to this. That's why I'm so nervous about it. But about the revenue generation, I actually need guidance regarding that. But I'm also planning to collaborate with commercial kitchens. So there will be a minimal charge that we will take from them
No, that
where
food
they can
charge
connect
is
to the
okay.
customers last minute.
That is okay. You can get the food maybe without spending money. You can get the food. But how do you manage the storehouse, or how do you pay your employee? Because survivability issue is there in any business or any startup. How do you manage this? Do you have any plan for this?
No, ma'am. Actually, the thing is that I have just started, and to do something on a big scale, I need guidance. So for this guidance, I had actually applied to Misfit. I started just 11 days back, literally.
Okay, great. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all from my side.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajmi.
Yeah.
And we will move on to our final team of the day. We have Alfred from Scheme Pads.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So actually, I have a problem with my laptop, so I'm sharing from my phone.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. Can you share? Can you see the screen?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. This is Alfred Roser from Manipur. Presently, I am a research scholar in Manipur University. So today, unlike 9 of our members who already have started the business, so I'm on the ideation stage of my startup, where I have just created the ideas of starting a company. So my topic of presentation is making of reusable and biodegradable sanitary pads using banana fibers and medicinal plants and herbs available in Manipur. So our team have come up with the idea of naming as Ichema pads. That's not schema, okay? This is Ichema, which is a Manipuri term which means sister. A sister is always like young mother to any girl coming of any age. So logo stands for eco-friendly and a sustainable product, a pink for universal femininity, and a free woman who doesn't have to slow things down due to body biological natural process. Okay, so the company aim at 4 main promises that will be delivering to people. That is the biodegradability, the material comfort, the odor-free and antibacterial, and affordability is the main problem that are going to deliver. So in today's world, we are having lots of problem of solid waste, and the reason behind being is 90% of the menstrual pads are plastics, and it's time to switch into reusable organic pads. Okay, so this will leave a low carbon footprint. So how this came in my mind, the idea of converting using natural resource available in Manipur. So I'm working on a value chain study of one district, one crop with a foundation where I engage with lots of farmer in the None and Tamenglong districts of Manipur, where there's lots of cultivations of banana. And but the problem that I have seen is the farmer after the harvestation of fruit, the banana trunk is cut and wasted in the field itself. Okay, so so it strikes my mind that we can do something out of it. We can create the fibers out of the banana fiber. Not only just from fruit, the farmer will be benefited. It will be benefited from the fiber itself. In addition to that, the waste material that have been created after the extraction of fiber can be used for feeding piggery. Okay,
Is
so
Alfred
this will
showing a
create.
presentation? I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
Okay, sorry.
No.
I came up with the idea of extracting fiber. In addition to that, integrating with the livestock like piggery, which can be benefited after the extraction of fibers. So this will create a job seekers, a job opportunity to small and marginal farmers in the hill area of Manipur. So especially the women farmers and women worker which are seeking for jobs. So the vision is to improve the individual qualities of life. Okay, so what does the market say? Who is my competitor and what the customer needs and what are the promises? Okay, this is the Indian sanitary napkins market. So this is predicted that US dollar of 992 millions by 2024. This will grow. So this is the market, global market figures as of now. So what are the competitive landscape in India? We have a big market, multinational who imports, which we are importing from other countries and having a manufacturing unit in India. And we have our own, competitors like Ningol, Khudol, which are non-biodegradable, and we have Coropets. So how it is different from this market? So we are going to deliver, we can deliver two products out of it. First, that is a reusable, biodegradable sanitary pads by making with clothes and banana fiber, and another is disposable biodegradable pads by using banana fiber as an absorbent, and top sheets and barrier sheets as plant-based biodegradable products. So these are the proposed model and prototype that we're going to deliver. The additional things that we're going to put is the hook loop with the Velcro, which will provide an extra comfort and attachment, especially for the long day woman. Okay, so I'm summing up. This is the work plan. I'll be engaging with farmers. Right now, I'm having a baseline survey of the farmers in the None district, where I'm estimating about the collection process of and extraction process of banana fiber. So the prototype development is still in the process and still need to be done and still in the idea stage. And the key activity that will be done in future will be delivering the promised product. There will be installation of vending machines in universities, public toilets, hospitals, door-to-door marketing, and hospitals, etc. So this is the cost structure. In order to install a semi-automatic machines, will be requiring around 12 lakhs to 23 lakhs from automatic to ultrasonic.
I'm sorry, Alfred, I have to stop you here.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Alfred, can you change your mobile phone to landscape, and ma'am can ask a question.
Yeah.
If you would like to take to the cost structure, maybe.
So this is my first time, so I'm a little confused how to do it.
No worries, ma'am.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. Alfred, just I want to know, as you told that it is in just ideation stage, when you have
Yes,
got this idea to do this and when you have started
Ma'am,
planning
actually,
this?
I'm doing my research in Manipur University, and like it's been like only 3-4 months after I have joined for a value chain study with the foundations. So this is it's like only 4-5 months maybe.
Okay, so there are other companies who are doing this biodegradable sanitary napkins, and also from government sides also there are many trainings, and you may know there are many grassroots innovators who has having the patent also on this, even from Northeast. So just maybe the that material is different. So how your material is, superior, or why? What is this in
Ma'am,
your
the
material?
first,
Is there any quality superior or maybe cost sensitive, or
ma'am,
what is the things?
first thing that is the affordability is the main issues, and second thing that is the market, local market that will be created, and local industry, which is a much needed for a state like Manipur. So this will help to reach out more and more and more people, from this will reach to more people. And in addition to that, I will be using incorporations of medicinal herbs, and which is antibacterial and antifungal in property, so which I hardly find in any other sanitary pads available in India.
Okay, that's all from my side.
Okay.
So Alfred, thank you for presenting the idea. And since you are about to start off with it, is there a timeline? Are you looking for a target month, year, time?
So I'm already on a baseline survey where
Right.
I have initiated the procurement process and fiber extraction process of fiber by visiting the farmer in the None district and Tamenglong district as of now. I think I'm planning for the fundraising thing as of now. So if that happens, then it will surely happen very quickly.
And how do you want to go about the fundraising?
So I'm applying for biotechnology ignition grant. I'm looking for opportunity like Misfits, and these are the opportunities I have as of now.
Right. And do you also intend to look forward to tie-ups with any CSR or private organizations?
Yes. For developing a prototype, I'm targeting for CSR and IIT.
Right. Okay, Alfred. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you so much,
So
sir.
Alfred, I have just one question. As you told that you were planning to apply for BIG grant, do you have any mentor with whom you are going to apply?
Yes, ma'am. I have a mentor, which is the current supervisor for my PhD will mentor. My father is a doctor, and he will help me. And another, my colleague from National University of Singapore, she is my team member, and these three people will really help me in developing this.
Okay, and that application process, is there any incubation center or anyone is helping you? Hello, Alfred, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, Sonali, you're audible. I guess he lost the
Maybe.
network.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, no problem. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, also. Then will that ends
Okay,
our pitch.
sorry, sir, I have lost it, I think. Sorry.
Well, that ends our pitching session for today. We had an amazing pitching from everyone. Everyone who presented was superb, and also the very valuable insights we got from jury today. So we are really thankful for that. And I'll take your leave now. We'll get back to our main host for today.
Sure. Thank you so much, Soham. Let me quickly share my screen as well. Yeah, so with this, okay, I'm not able to share my screen for some reason. Is it visible now? Is my screen visible?
It was visible last time, but not now.
Okay, not an issue. So, not an issue, guys. So thanks a lot to all the participants for sharing their exceptional ideas. Thanks to jury members for sharing their insights and suggestions on these ideas. And we are grateful. We are very grateful to both of our jury members, SONALI and SONALI. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much for joining in. It would be great if we can, share quick closing thoughts on the pitch decks that you just saw, or anything like a quick thing, because we are running out of time.
Right. Ma'am first, quickly. Yeah.
So thank you, sir, and thank you, Misfit team. I was just thinking that there are presenters, and maybe one will be selected for the final round. Then, what is your plan to? Just to mentor them, the other people, so that they can come up with a better idea next time and can go ahead. So do you have any other plan for this, especially for Misfit team?
Definitely. So whoever basically 10 startups get a chance to pitch in their particular region, and we choose 2 out of them. So that's how we get 30 misfits from 15 regions. This is the second region that we are covering. So with these top 30, and for these top 30, we have a few in-kind offerings from our partners, such as few are providing grant support. There is incubation support, mentoring support. Few are providing co-working spaces for them. So this is how it will work. And the mentoring support is for everyone, like for all the participants.
Yeah, that's great, because just the thing is that all the ideas, almost all, they're really good. And some of them, they need a little bit mentoring so that they can go ahead and can make a change. So great, Misfit team, you have find out the good participants for this. And also thanks to sir, Mr. Sen. So my hearty congratulations to the Misfit team, and also all the best to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sonali. Mr.
Thank
Sen,
you.
over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your warm words, as well as very valuable insights for all of us today. As ma'am correctly mentioned, that I was also wondering throughout the presentation that we have been given the responsibility to mark you on on certain grounds and certain parameters, but you're all in your own ways very strong contenders to go and make an impact. Because by impact, again, for me, coming from the development sector, I look forward to the meaning of impact as increasing those human development parameters, right? Whether it is the SDGs or otherwise, in a positive way, in some way or the other. So whether it is you're talking of safety and adding more value to protect lives of people who are working in hazardous condition, or you are looking at electric vehicles to sanitary napkins, so resolving hunger issues, all of these have been such strong ideas. And as ma'am mentioned, that it requires more like a sustained understanding, collaboration to take this forward. So I would actually welcome any and everyone if you want any level of support from our end at Catalyst, do feel free to definitely write to us, or even like connect with Misfit so that they might route you to us. I am just kind of sharing our email ID for all the participants in case anyone requires any input. I wish everyone the best. Again, it's not about just winning, but also so much about the learning that you are taking forward, because each day is always, you remember, as budding entrepreneurs, we fail every day. We fail every day, but we also look forward to what we gained, and we want to build on it. We want to scale what we gained from each of the days, right? So thank you so much for our time out here. Misfits, thanks for getting all of us together. I must say, ma'am, glad to connect with you and knowing your insights and views. And participants, just be at it, keep believing. The belief leads to the creation of the market that you're looking for. Thank you so much. everyone.
Yeah. And I request Anupam, if anyone wants, they can connect me or sir at
Sure,
any
sure.
moment.
I'll share your email ID and LinkedIn profile with all the participants.
Sure. Thank you.
Surely, that would be great. Thank you so much, everyone. All
Thank
the
you so
best.
much to the jury members. And yes, I would also like to thank the IIT Guwahati team, Ayush, Soham, and Pranav for being the amazing co-host. And yes, dear startups, you all were phenomenal today. And you know, we all we will announce the winners by tomorrow, most probably by tomorrow, on our social media platforms. So please stay tuned and follow us on our social media. We are covering Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Pakistan, and Central India the coming week, 18th and 19th. Please join us and listen to more ideas and get connected with other startups as well. Thank you so much. And with this, I would like to end the event here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.